Thursday edition. Even though at Lambeau it's like a Wednesday edition. The road to Tampa continues for the Badger volleyball team as the Sweet 16 gets underway tonight edition. The, selfishly, unveiling of the brand new reimagined production of The Nutcracker at the Milwaukee Ballet begins today. And one of the dancers I'm especially excited for. Edition. And the how did that Joe Barry poll turn out? Porridgey? We'll check in and find out. Edition. Of Wilde and finishing my sentences. Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaverdale, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to get to the long-awaited tease of what was on...
the boogie board.
This little guy.
Ooh, I'm going to have to screenshot that and see what it said there.
Actually, let me make sure. Let me make sure I have this.
Don't push the button!
No negative notes about Wilde on there, are there?
There's no Wilde notes. It's close, but it's no Wilde notes. All right, Jesse knows what it is. Jason, I'll give you a hint. It's technological in its nature, what I have written down here.
Big tech?
On what bothered me.
Big tech?
It's always big tech. There's always some type of big tech.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, is it something that I did?
No, but it's kind of related to you and how I communicate my show ideas. That should give you the giveaway.
Your text messaging?
Yep.
Okay.
I understand you have to update things, and I understand that you have to do all this stuff. I hate Apple's new update. Don't like it. For whatever reason. And Jesse, I don't know, do you have an Apple? I don't know if that's information you want to give.
Tausch, we've been texting each other for 4 years. Do you know how the blue...
I understand, but I don't know if
they're
it's
all blue.
Samsung or
we all
whatever.
have iPhones, yeah.
It's not all blue. And what happened,
it is all blue.
It's all blue.
Mine is not. Okay? So
well,
actually,
then we
I don't
need
even
to
think I
fix
have
your
my
phone
with me. I don't even have my phone. I'm going to be doing the show phoneless this morning.
Oh, no.
What a start.
Nope. You know what? My boogie board actually was covering my cell phone, so we're good. I actually have my cell phone. My cell phone is safely secured on the other side of the boogie
shortest-lived crisis in Wilde and Tausch history.
But the update, it would used to be I'd put in W and it would pop up Wilde and Jesse, and I'd send a note. Now it's got your little emoji that you have. And it doesn't have anything with Jesse. It's got different numbers. It's got this. And I have to type Jesse's name in for whatever reason, and it annoys me. I don't want everybody's picture on my phone. I don't. The name is fine. And now the full screen, I have to hit double clicks to call, even though I don't really call anybody. And text, the update stinks. It stinks. I don't like it. I don't want it. I wish it could go back, but it's not going to. That was my little boogie board deal.
All right, do you feel better?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. So do you need us? Well, it takes a village for you when it comes to technology. Anything. No, just let me finish. We know Sarah does a lot to help you negotiate the twists and turns of technology.
PDS.
Yeah.
PDS, obviously.
PDS, no doubt. The Badgers Outsider. But
Gordon Flesh Company helps a lot with different things.
They do. We could flesh this out together to figure this out. But is it possible that just you need to tweak a few settings and then your experience will improve?
I don't know. It's that time of year. Battery is juiced.
It's the most wonderful time.
They're making a push to make us
year.
get the new iPhone. And the fact
It's
that
got titanium in it.
They've been sued, they've paid fines, and they keep doing what they're doing is
Well, make the switch.
can't be legal.
Make the switch.
Well, no,
Get a Google phone.
I actually want to go the opposite way and continue to fight. I want to keep fighting.
But are you fighting? Really?
You're gonna lose. That's the problem.
But you're not even fighting. You're just kind of complaining.
No, I'm fighting. I haven't switched my phone out yet. I'm having to charge it 100 times more than I used to because batteries suck.
Are you suing? Have you joined the class action lawsuit?
I don't know how that works.
So you're not really fighting.
Well, I'm not suing. I'm
just not
litigating.
I'm just not buying your new
But I'm
phone
fighting.
yet.
I did.
Yeah.
I have run into the issue where when I'm trying to text you guys, Tausch, your name still shows up, but Jason, yours does not.
Exactly.
Now that is a very valid issue. I have the same thing with my group text to Tausch and your dad, Matt LePay. One says Matt LePay, one says Tausch's number, which I'm not going to give on the air. And so I don't understand why that's happening. I agree, that's annoying.
That's been a frustrating
what I was just talking about. That's literally what I was just talking about.
Well,
where did pictures come in?
It is.
Now we know
that
that's
is
what you were
also
talking about.
anecdote of it, but the whole thing was, why is it not just popping up Wilde and Jesse? It's not. So I have all these wonderful ideas that I'm then, I got to scroll through, I got to hit this, I got to do that. It's not what it's supposed to be.
Has it reduced the number of wonderful ideas you're sending to us, would you say?
Jesse knows it has. Jesse could tell you it has, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most convincing ever.
I told you.
All right, so again, one of the many great things about you is you're not a bellyachre, you're a problem solver. And I don't hear this in this instance. This is you're Wildeing right now.
Doesn't sound like a lot of problem solving.
You're not Trumaning. You're not Tausching.
Well,
you're Wildeing.
No, I'm just saying it's my fault.
Complaining.
I'm not blaming.
Truman would not be happy with your performance
you.
here.
I know.
What I want is some advice and some help. I am not tech savvy. I've told you this. I think that this is a monster monopoly that we can't do anything about.
So what are you prepared to do?
I don't have an answer. I want to go back to a rotary phone, but I know that ain't happening. Okay,
well,
I'd love to write letters, and I'd love to do, but that's not the world we're in. I understand.
Letters.
I need this.
I
need this.
To my dearest Jesse.
I don't like it, but it's the world we're living in. You can either live or you can die. I want to live in it.
Adapt.
So I'm understanding it, but I'd like it to be fair. This isn't fair what they do.
It's not fair. It's not fair. All right.
So how do I fight back? I don't know. I've been saying the same thing about cash only places and the digital. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming that I think we're going to have to fight.
All right.
At some point. I don't know how. Somebody help me.
It's like the Terminator and the Rise of the Machines. Yes, I get it. So my question for you is, are you prepared to be inconvenienced to the degree of switching to a flip phone where when you text, remember how you had to push the same button 3 times to get to the letter you wanted? You're not willing to do that.
Yes.
You're not willing to do that.
Not.
Right?
I'm not. No.
Are you willing to switch brands to show your dissatisfaction with Apple?
I don't think they're any better.
Are you willing to switch carriers to Consumer Cellular or whatever that old person one is that they advertise on TV? I got my grandpa a new phone. What are you ready to do to demonstrate that you're mad as hell and you're not going to take it anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I need options. I'd like to get some options that we can do. I don't have any options. Apple
considered switching to Android. I've considered it too. The problem, and you have said this on this show, is that they make it so hard to switch because everything is tied in to the Apple operate, right? All your photos, all your contacts, all that stuff.
iCloud.
Yes, you've got an iPad, so that adds it in.
iPad, iPod,
iBlah, which may be my favorite operation. So they've got you stuck. So all you're left with, Mr. Solutions, is to complain on the show.
Yeah, seems like it.
That's
I have
got to
not
sting
gotten any
for a guy like you.
Well, because I am not well versed in this. I need smart people to help. But the problem is everybody's help is get with the program. You're an old man yelling at a cloud and all this other stuff. That's what I get. So that's why I don't bring it up all the time. I've brought it up because I wrote it down, and that was the thing. I was going to actually let it pass. And it's not that big a deal that I have to scroll through and hit Jesse's name or your name to send a text. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's not changing the world, but this battery suck that continues on after they were sued. And you guys, remember when you all laughed at me when I said that? And then, sure enough, a month later, Lawsuit City,
right.
And you're like, oh. And then when I told you egg prices were skyrocketing, and you all said, you're nuts. And then you go to the grocery store, and it's like, oh, that's weird. Egg prices are up 120%. I don't know what else I need to tell you guys. But now it's about action. And we need action.
Yeah, except we're not taking any on the show.
We're not going to. We're going to end up sitting here and we'll buy the newest version. Oh, this titanium is really sleek. Oh, this is sexy. And we'll move on with our lives, and I'll complain in 2 years. That's probably what's going to happen.
In fairness to us, you are right. We poo-pooed you on the battery thing, and we poo-pooed you on the egg thing. But
there's a bunch of other stuff.
No, I would argue that we have learned our lessons.
Okay,
I am certainly not as quick to judge what appears to be ridiculousness from you the way I did before. Because you, more often than not, have proven to be right. So I don't jump to conclusions with you anymore. I maybe get after you when you choose words like awesome and stuff like that. But nevertheless, are you going to start a letter writing You said you like to write letters. Are you going to write a letter to Apple, a strongly worded letter like Jack Dawson threatens to send to the Titanic company? Are you going to start writing us letters?
I envision Tausch at his office with a quill and
exactly.
Like the whole,
yes,
by candlelight.
I love a good quill pen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quill or ballpoint. I got a great ballpoint pen. If you guys can see that, it's a beautiful.
Is it the astronaut pen? Can it write upside down?
No, but St. Nick brought Max a sick new pen, like really sick. It's got magnets and it's a whole operation. Loves it.
Magnets?
I think he takes this pen now. I think this pen finally can get him off of doing some YouTube shorts by this pen. This pen is like mesmerizing him. He loves it.
Power to the pen.
Are you writing?
Amen.
Are you like writing in your notebook and suddenly a bunch of paper clips come like shooting across the room to your pen?
No, but there's like magnetic balls that you're like pulling, and it looks awesome. I don't fully comprehend that either, but I'm fairly certain it's not big tech. No, it's big magnet.
Sounds like a pen. Sounds like a pen that's doing too much. I gotta be honest. Like just write.
I could talk about magnetic balls all day, but instead, you're going to talk about brand new windows from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and we will work to solve your frustrations with your amazing Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, where you have no frustrations whatsoever.
Well, I just mentioned St. Nick bringing great gifts. Well, Santa's been talking about a very special
can't even do it with a straight
that
face.
you can unwrap. And now you can unwrap it now, but you can pay for it. And I checked the map again, checked the calendar, checked my iPhone, even with its new updates. And you pay for it a year and a half later. Let Pella replace your leaky old windows and doors when you put no money down and make no payments with no interest for 18 months. Pella's elves, they're beautiful little elves. They install year-round and can finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up, this incredible deal ends on December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
All right, so I don't want to lean into big tech further.
Yeah,
but
it's about enough.
Jesse, we have our talk and text line back up and running today, do we not?
What?
It's back. Yep. New service up and under new management on the back end. Under new management, but we got it.
All right, so you're able to get texts at 844-770-3776.
One problem with it, though.
Oh, no.
Everyone, when they used to text it, like, we saved their name and their contact.
No. The update.
It's like
We
an
lost
update.
all of it.
We lost all. Like, so we need everyone to send their name and where they're texting from again. Like it's the Apple update. We're essentially going to do the same thing on the text line.
Jesse, I know you sent the show sheet early last night, which I was shocked by. Did you get to my thought on the sentence finishing that we mentioned, or is that not available today? Because I have an idea if you do not have it.
It's available, I guess, but
it hasn't been fleshed out.
No, like I'm pretty much going to wing it.
So what I would like to do, and for all of our great fans, and I want you to throw this up on YouTube, I want you to start a sentence, Packer-related, that Wilde and I have to finish, and we'll see how many we finished the same way, because we've been finishing each other's sentences lately.
You know
What do
what's
you think of that
crazy? We finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say. I love that idea. And it doesn't entail you having to use your iPhone, so that's a win for everybody. We'll play a little bit of that at some point once it gets fleshed out a little further. Packers getting ready for Monday Night Football. They will take on the Giants. They return to the practice field today. They did not practice yesterday. We will hear from Jordan Love today. We will hear from Matt LaFleur today. So a busy day at Lambeau Field where I'll be headed after the show. We'll talk a little bit more about them next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Incomplete! No flag! Packers win!
There's life in Green Bay.
I'm not putting a limit on what we can do. I really think we're just getting better and better every week.
You start winning some games and people start gunning for you now.
A playoff push is back on tap after a statement win.
The Green Bay Packers are now 6-6, and they got people believing in this team.
Nobody's going to want to face this team when they get to the playoffs.
We are your home to talk all things green and gold. 94.5 ESPN.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. Number 8 Marquette improved to 7-2 on the year following an 86-65 rout of number 12 Texas at Fiserv Forum. Junior guard Cam Jones had 5 of MU's season-high 14 threes in the win. Finished with 17 points, one of 3 Golden Eagles to hit double figures on the night.
Marquette up 16. Cam Jones, he's open, top of the circle, good! How did the screen left him wide open again?
Marquette returns to action Saturday night when they host Notre Dame at Fiserv Forum.
Who makes dental and vision insurance simple? That's easy. Delta Dental of Wisconsin. If you ask yourself who encourages you to use your dental and vision benefits for preventative care, provides quick service, offers access to the largest provider networks, and helps you save money when you need more than a checkup, there's only one answer. Definitely Delta Dental. For more information, call Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, named synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
The holidays are here, and the perfect gift idea is a custom holiday gift box filled with Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. Order today at Kringle.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and it's pre-bowl season, but that doesn't mean we're not going to make a ton of money this week. Go to FatJackSports.com. It's the calm before the bowl storm, $99 weekend special. Everything through Monday, only $99, including a huge weekend Sunday card going in the NFL. Get signed up at FatJackSports.com. Add some consistency to your gambling and start making money for only $99 through Monday, or everything through the end of the NCAA championship season for as little as $4.99. FatJackSports.com to win.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating me.
I'm super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the
All right, I'm working on finding the scene from Frozen where they finish each other's sentences and asking for you to finish our sentences or have us finish your sentences about the Packers. In the interim, our good buddy Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, the morning program that leads into us on ESPN Madison and leads into Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on ESPN Milwaukee. You know, the Packers were not a big national story early on, so they didn't spend a lot of time on his program discussing the Packers. Well, that has changed. And among the things that they discussed on Unsportsmanlike was the idea of making the playoffs. And Evan Cohen wants to see it happen. Here's why.
I want this all to play itself out because what happens is in the crazy intersection of sports storylines, Packers in, Jets out, Jets controversy, Packers are quiet, Packers have a young roster moving forward that everyone's excited about, Jets have a roster and a coaching staff that CC is saying blow it all up. Oh, baby. Yes, that gives us a fun offseason, so respect it on the Packers.
Do you think because of Rodgers' injury and the way it has gone for the Jets that Packers fans have largely, other than wanting to see where the draft pick is going to end up, completely stopped paying attention? Or do you think there's the Schadenfreude factor of really enjoying how this has been a train wreck for them in addition to the draft pick you're getting from them? Like, how, when you talk to your pickleball buddies, how are they? Are the Jets on their radar at all?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nobody cares. Yeah, I mean, Rodgers' takes on Jordan Love, I think, are somewhat appreciated, but I think for the most part, everybody's kind of done. And it's thinking, well, I hope the Jets keep stinking so that second-round pick becomes closer to a first, which it's going to. I think the Jets are going to be hard-pressed. I don't know if they maybe play the Patriots one more time, they can get a win. Outside of that, I think they're going to be stuck at that. They're going to end up with the record you thought the Packers were going to have.
Yeah.
With 5 or – and if they're going to be lucky to get to 6. And Green Bay's going to have a top 40 pick out of that, which is awesome. And Green Bay is – again, I don't want to continue to pound home the term bludgeon, but that's what this is.
You're kind of bludgeoning that term, some might say.
No, it's – if you asked me – in March when this played out, with the Packers having the leverage of, well, you need this quarterback, but the Jets saying you don't want him anymore. And if you told me that it was going to play out this way, with Jordan Love more than likely being a Pro Bowl quarterback and leading his team to the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers is sitting in New York with McAfee as he's played 5 snaps on a season, and the Jets stink, and there's a potential that the entire thing, as Evan just said, is going to get blown up, I told you you're nuts.
Yeah.
But here we are. And Brian Gutekunst, I'm the Goot man. I am the Goot.
The Goot man.
When it comes to, I don't think he, in his wildest dreams, you know how I said that winning 2 championships and getting the picks? Well, outside of winning the 2 championships, this thing couldn't have played out any better. He got 2 MVP seasons out of his quarterback. He ended up getting 2 second-round picks, dumping his salary, and developing what I believe is going to be your quarterback of the future with a young, sexy roster. Mm-hmm. And the place that you sent A-Rod, and not that he's a personal vendetta guy, but I'm certain he isn't sad that the Jets have completely imploded. He could not have drawn this up any better. Bludgeon City, USA.
All right. Lot to be still written on this, but at this point, all those things are true.
Through 1 year, we're 6 months in, and it has been, you can get as graphic as you want when you're thinking bludgeon. I'm not going to bring my mom into meat cleaver in. I'm not doing that.
Why? Yeah, but you are by saying you're not.
No, but I'm not.
I'm not going there. But hey, the teams that get hottest.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, I'm not bringing that. But
nobody
this
wants
makes
to play
that Tyson. This makes that Tyson Spinks knockout.
Oh, here we go.
Look pretty tepid. That's all I'm saying.
So I appreciate you leaving Diane out of it, but you brought in Tyson Spinks, which is a callback to last week. So no, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff. All right, we need to get ready for Evan to join us. I just realized this because we're going to talk about Steinhafels here in a second. But we won't do Steinhafels Sleepers of the Week on Friday because we got a Monday game. All that stuff gets pushed back to Monday. Wow. What are we going to do with a free for all Friday?
Jingle for your Kringle.
Well,
that's what we're going to do with our Friday.
We could do a Digi. We could do a ton of things for Friday. We got it'll be our last free for whatever we call it Friday, more than likely.
Free for all Friday on Wilde and Tausch. Well, be that as it may, I am going to tell you about Steinhafels now, and I'll tell you about them again tomorrow, and then I'll tell you about them on Monday when we do our Steinhafels Sleepers of the Week. But a good day starts with a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Queen Tempur-Pedic start at only $52 a month when you use Steinhafels 60-month financing, and you'll get $300 in Steinhafels cash because Steinhafels is your mattress destination. Shop Steinhafels in-store or online at steinhafels.com to find the perfect mattress for you. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcast for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
If you can't get a good night's sleep, let me ask you, are you breathing well? Because if you're snoring or waking up each night with a stuffed up nose, or frustrated with your CPAP mask, the root of your sleep problem lies in your breathing triangle. And if any one of those passages isn't working, you won't sleep well, and there's no mattress, pill, or other gimmick that can fix that. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. A recipe for a good night's sleep starts with an open airway. Now, there are devices that can help solve snoring or sleep apnea problems. If you walk into a sleep center, know you'll walk out with a CPAP. And you might find other options elsewhere, but the simple truth is, if your nose doesn't work properly, no device will help. Only at Advent will you find every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution, along with a world-class team that can get your nose working properly again.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com. The only thing that tops our selection
It's your savings discount liquor.
Cheers to selection and savings. They are worth celebrating. I mean, have you tried to buy a car, a house, or even lumber lately? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where, since 1960, we've consistently provided the best selection and the lowest prices in southeastern Wisconsin. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, and wine. Over 14,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. And what about our prices? Oh, they're low, really low. Our long-standing relationships and enormous buying power allow us to pass savings directly to you. The result? Low prices every single day. I'll drink to that. Discount Liquor, locally owned and family operated with 2 locations. In Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. Following Wisconsin men's basketball's big win on the road Tuesday night at Michigan State, head coach Greg Gard and the Badgers look forward to the #1 team in the country this Saturday as the Badgers travel to take on Arizona. Head coach Greg Gard.
Yeah, I think whenever you're playing against good teams, and specifically when you go on the road, you have to be able to control tempo to a degree. You have to be able to get to the free throw line.
The 23rd ranked Badgers, now winners of 6 in a row. Tip time against #1 Arizona on Saturday, set for 2:15 p.m. on ESPN.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
It's never too early to start making your list and checking it twice. Give the gift of a delicious Milwaukee food and city tours experience this holiday season. From a walking tour on Brady Street to our tacos and tequila bus tour or our beloved Christmas bakery bus tour, we have something for all tastes. Plus, we're offering a 15% discount on all gift card purchases through the end of the year. Send your clients, colleagues, or family this delicious gift at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit?
Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th.
It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids.
Join us in WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season.
To support, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
You hear him on Unsportsmanlike across ESPN Radio and ESPN Wisconsin every morning. And he joins us once a week. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, this song is still so good. I know we joked about the idea of the intro song to the Killers because all of us like it. It really is just so great.
It is.
I mean, it's just, I started singing in my car as this was happening. I know I had to check all contacts because I know the upgrades obviously affected people with, as Tausch has been talking about with the cell phones. I have this contact 9207. Should I keep going or no? Or we can stop there. As to who the contact is.
Nicely done.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I have a question for you before we get started on all the national sports news of the day and you and Tausch throwing haymakers at each other and Josh judging the fight and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And we're all watching Unsportsmanlike, and we could see the chemistry that you and your team are developing on
Jason,
that show.
are you watching that? Did you stop watching Good Morning America and watched Unsportsmanlike?
So the last couple of mornings.
Wow. What a turn of events!
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what happens when Paula is off getting ready for the Nutcracker with Maddie, and the TV is not on the Good Morning America telecast. But be that as it may, still in the Disney family, still a great program. Good Morning America, by the way. But we can see the chemistry growing on Unsportsmanlike. But you did a previous show with Mike Babchick for a very long time on Sirius XM. Yeah. There are not many things that I brag about, but one of them is that when you and Craig Karmazin came to me and asked me if I could choose anybody in the world who I'd want to do a show with, I said Mark Tauscher, and I was right because he's awesome. But we have reached a very uncomfortable point in our relationship.
Yeah.
Tausch has noticed that we are finishing each other's sentences on a semi to very regular basis. And I'm wondering if you and Babchick went through the same experience, and if it was as alarming to you as it appears to be for Tausch.
Well, I think you guys finishing each other's sentences is not a bad thing, considering the content of what those sentences likely include. As Tausch well knows from hanging out with my previous co-host, Mike Babchick, if I were to finish those sentences, I probably would be rated X more than rated R, PG-13, or PG. That, Jason, as dissimilar as you and I are in real life, from our lean towards trying to be more PG to PG-13, we are very similar in that regard. Babs works on level X, I would say, in terms of the ratings. So I don't know that I could finish his sentences. Now, I will say this. This is a fascinating topic that you're bringing up. We have a couple of friends, like kids' friends, parents that you become friends with in town because the kids are friends. That they're both sentence finishers, both of them, the husband and the wife. So does one become a sentence finisher because of the other, or do they both become married because they both happen to be sentence finishers?
That's a very good question.
Do close talkers that are married to each other, one becomes one? Or because they're both close talkers, they are now married to each other? I'll hang up and listen. Go ahead. Tausch,
I believe sentence finishing is it's something that you end up having to do because I think for Jason, he gets frustrated because I continue to interrupt him. So he wants to kind of get to the point what he thinks. He kind of knows what I'm going to say, so he gets there. Because I don't think Wilde was a sentence finisher. I think that is something new that he's gotten to because of the way I conduct myself on a daily basis. That's how I would look at it.
So what you're saying, basically, is because of the two marriages that Jason is in, to Paula, his lovely wife, and to Mark, his lovely co-host, that basically he has become a sentence finisher really as the wrap-up music is what you're saying. It's not that he's finishing your sentences, he's ending your sentences is what you're saying, Tausch.
Correct.
That
is 1,000% correct. Yes, he's the... I saw the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where you start humming the Oscar music to get people to wrap their stuff up, and psychologically they do that. That is what Jason is doing. There's no doubt.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, I like it. I didn't think about it in those terms, but you might be right.
All right, so Evan, before you joined in, you had Leroy Butler on, and a lot of interesting because the Packers are now back relevant on a national stage and going to make the playoffs and everything that Jason and I have been talking about. Can we all admit that Brian Gutekunst bludgeoned Joe Douglas and the Jets in this whole operation and how it's played out? It's been a massive bludgeoning.
Well, here's the thing. You and I, Tausch, were always on the same page on this because you and I had conversations on air and off air how, forget Rodgers for a second, that we actually admired and appreciated that Brian Gutekunst had a plan, stood by the plan, didn't waver, believed it was going to work, and it actually has worked, right? So that part of it is not new. Jason, I know you were more measured in I'm reporting on this. I'm covering this. Let me see how this is going to play out before I make a rash judgment on this, because at its core, you are saying goodbye to one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, right? I don't want to mischaracterize anything, but I think I have both of your opinions correct.
And his best friend. Right? And Jason's best friend. Yep, continue.
And Jason's best friend. But, Rodgers, of course, blaming somebody else for talking to the media. That's funny. Anyway, so as he's a member of the media, as a part of he's a paid host. What do you mean, media? You are the media. What are you talking about?
Good one.
Tausch isn't, though. Tausch makes a differentiation, too.
Continue, Evan. I'm an analyst. Continue.
You're not an analyst.
Get out of here. Okay. Don't finish my sentences. Continue.
Okay. No, I'm trying to end them. So when you look at that trade, okay, how about this? I'm going to go 30 for 30, and I'm going to let you guys kind of play with this. What if I told you Aaron Rodgers never took another snap for the New York Jets in his entire career, but did take another snap for another team in his entire career? Is that impossible? And here's why. We are getting to a point where at some point, and I said it this morning on Unsportsmanlike here on ESPN Wisconsin, that I think we are headed towards an offseason that includes a versus, not an and, with Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. Because what I assume will happen at some point, the New York Jets, ownership, front office, whatever, will logically say to Rodgers, your offensive coordinator is horrific. Your wide receivers you brought in have totally failed without you. The other guys coming from the Packers, whether it's directly or indirectly, Adrian Amos is gone, Billy Turner, whomever you want to bring up, are not really overly successful. We want to build this whole thing around you. We don't want to build this around them. I could see there becoming a point where Aaron Rodgers puts a versus between he and the Jets, because the whole point of not being with the Packers is to do it exactly how he wants to do it. And now moving forward, there is no justification to doing it exactly how he wants to do it. And what's going to happen with the Packers this offseason, I believe, is that they are going to be the single hottest team in NFL conversations, where people next year are going to pick them to go to the Super Bowl or hover around the NFC Championship, i.e., what the Lions were this year and what the Texans will be in the AFC next year. They are trending in the direction of being the hottest team this offseason. So to answer your question in a long-winded way, yes, the Green Bay Packers and Brian Gutekunst won that trade.
Yeah, bludgeoned. It was bludgeoned. And I actually said this week because of kind of the same principle what you're saying, that Robert Saleh could be fired. Then, of course, A-Rod's guys all get fired. Cobb's not back. Lazard will be there because they paid him a ton of money. But A-Rod won't like that. And is it potentially possible with the Minnesota Vikings having wide open spots that we just wrap this thing up in one big, beautiful bow, and he goes and plays with Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings? I don't think it's the craziest thing. I doubt it because of the money. And because I think him and Woody have a really good relationship, and I think that relationship will continue to evolve as Aaron retires. If I'm betting, I bet that happens. But it ain't crazy what you're saying, because the Jets aren't going to get much better with giving up all of the draft picks that they've had to do. I don't see how they're going to make some big, huge jump next year, even with Aaron Rodgers back.
So let me ask this question specifically to Jason, because he knows this and he's around Rodgers. Last year with the Green Bay Packers, circus-wise, feels different than this year, right?
No doubt. Yep.
Last year with the Jets, circus-wise, feels different than this year. Whether intentionally or not, is he Barnum and Bailey?
He brings the circus to you, whether you want it or not.
That's what I'm asking.
So,
I feel a measured response coming from the great Jason Wilde here. Very much.
I'm asking, not telling. I'm just, because I don't know what you guys do.
No, I know Jason is trying to figure out how to word this so he doesn't get sound graphed. That's what's happening right here, just so you know.
So now we're finishing each other's sentences and we're telling people what each other is thinking. That's great. Let me answer it
and
this
he's
way.
Right. Let me answer
Shut
it with
up,
a question.
Jesse. Let me answer it this way. Evan, because you're so good on the air, One of the takes that I recently had, which is rare.
Total jerk off the air. What did you say, Jason?
I'm sorry. What did you just say, Tausch? I'm a what?
No, my bad. I was subliminally. I was subliminally
Just finishing my sentence. Apparently,
no sound graph achieved.
It's a win for me. So one of the things that in an alternate universe, what I would have liked to have seen, and if I could have advised Aaron Rodgers to the point that he would have listened to me, would have been to tell him, hey, how about we try it this way? I know how Brady did it in Tampa, and I know you're envious of that. You'd love to do it too. But what if we did it as your fun Uncle Aaron? You get to be the older brother, uncle figure for a bunch of young guys. And Goody's going to restock the shelves with all this offensive skill position talent. But it's going to be young, and they're going to screw up a lot. And you're going to have to be way better about handling all those screw-ups. You can't go on McAfee like you did last year and bemoan all the mental mistakes and say you're going to crack the whip, which is a phrase he used on McAfee last year. You can't do that. But I will devote virtually the entire draft to getting skill position talent that you can mentor and help become good to great NFL players who will benefit from your accuracy and your knowledge, but we're going to have some growing pains.
But Jason, that's not, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to do it based on what you have told me and others about him. That's not who he is.
Right, and that's the problem. Because look what they're doing with Jordan Love. You're telling me that if he had chosen to be the fun uncle who was going to be mentoring and helping them grow, that they aren't capable of these types of things if he's there? But he created an environment last year, and I'll never forget this during training camp because I almost fell over at Romeo Dobbs' locker when he said, Aaron taught me a lot with barely speaking to me. So to your point, that's the kind of drama and issues that do come up because he chooses to go about his business the way he does.
Can I also bring up one other thing? You know,
you're really accelerating there.
He's on the Autobahn. He's out in Germany.
So the Brady comparison in Tampa is an interesting one. Do you know how many players and coaches came with Brady from the Patriots the year before to Tampa the year after?
I'm guessing 0 or 1.
0. Gronk was retired. There was not a single player that he brought with him, not a single coach that he brought with him. He is and was, and Belichick would tell you this, the Patriot way. He didn't need to bring anyone with him because he knows who he is as a leader, as an influencer, that because I'm here, people will follow and we will do it this way. Aaron, my interpretation, had to bring people with him almost to vouch for why he is the way he is. And those people are not capable of performing without his help. So I actually think this all has backfired. If you want to do the Brady comparison is he goes by himself because he doesn't need anyone else. Nobody had to justify for the way he is. Nobody had to vouch for him. He is who he is. I've never had that take before. I wish I had it because that's a good take.
It's an outstanding take.
Sound graph. That's sound graphable for sure.
What is a sound graph? I don't even think that's what it's called, Tausch.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that's what we've kind of stuck with. All right, before you go, Evco, what was the Leroy Butler piece to this, the band? I don't necessarily know if I love that analogy as much as you do, but what did you glean from that interview on Unsportsmanlike that you felt was really good for Packer fans?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that because it wasn't a shot at Rodgers if you actually take the literal version of what he said. So basically what he said was that the Packers this year are a band and not a solo act. Okay, so now let's use it with In Sync. Easy one for everybody to understand. Justin Timberlake, extremely successful as a solo act. In Sync, extremely successful as a group, as a band, whatever it may be. So you can be successful both ways. I think what he was saying was because of the youth on the team, they need to be a group and a band and not a solo act. And thus the team is better set up for the future now as a result. Again, I will keep coming back to the craziness behind the irony this year for Aaron Rodgers. Tragically, from a sports perspective, he gets hurt. I could not be a fan of his on the football field, and maybe some of the ways he carries himself. I also am not interested in a man being hurt, right? But he gets hurt. The Jets are a disaster. They're a complete and utter circus. The Packers are potentially going to make the playoffs. They have the second best value contract at the quarterback position in the entire NFL behind Brock Purdy. His former head coach, and hopefully he's okay, Mike McCarthy, is leading a team potentially to an NFC Championship game or Super Bowl with an MVP quarterback in Dak. And Travis Kelce was right. Rodgers game day is Tuesdays. That is literally, he holds everything back for Tuesdays, and that's what it has become. Now, I like Tuesdays better with Wilde, but nonetheless, the reality is, like, this has been an awful year for Aaron Rodgers as a GM, as an opinion, like a hot taker, however you want to look at it, and it has been phenomenal for the Green Bay Packers in terms of the development, the quietness around the team. You guys did the day, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, where everybody comes on and makes the bowl prediction-a-thon or whatever it was before the season. And I remember you guys were kind enough to invite me to that, and I said this will be Jason Wilde's favorite team to cover in years. I bet you I have a chance of being right.
It's pretty good. We got 5 more games to go starting on Monday night with the Giants, but it has been fascinating and it has been fun. There's no denying that. Evan, thanks for your time. We appreciate you.
Okay, be good. Did I do it right?
Take care.
Take care, be good. Sorry.
Yeah.
Take care, be good. Take care, be good.
Good effort. Be careful on the Autobahn. We appreciate you. All right, that is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike across ESPN Radio and ESPN Wisconsin each morning.
What a take. What a take on Rodgers. Huh?
See, this is what
the fact your eyes, for anyone not on the video, the fact that you were looking like it was hitting. It was hitting.
So we joke about how great he is on the air, but I mean, there's nobody better. I've always said that. I mean, and for him to have come up with that in the moment,
most improved,
and I'd
say he's most improved.
No, I don't think that's true. But for him to think of that, and he said he's never said that before. Like, his brain just works at a completely different level than the rest of us.
Yeah, I agree.
But your brain is usually, in the afternoon sometime or in the evening, focused on one thing, and that's the Blue Mountains.
Or sometimes pre-show. Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package that's made to chill. I'm just joking, usually. The Mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans. They turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We should run that take back when we come back.
Yeah, that's
how good it was. And I had not thought about it in those terms. So, Jesse, there's more work for you as our most improved player. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. Calling all brass and percussion players. Join the Salvation Army and help them continue their annual Red Kettle campaign with a blast. The Big Brass Blast. On December 16th, the Salvation Army is forming a giant British-style brass band in the tradition of Salvation Army bands of the past. Want to be a part of this band? Visit samilwaukee.org to register. Be part of the Big Brass Blast and get everyone in the spirit of the season by playing Christmas music. Donations to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign support dozens of programs and services for those in need this holiday season.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
And now a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
And today's forecast, expect a steady breeze with a 100% chance of twisting down those country back roads gleefully on your motorcycle. Some will want you, others will want to be you, and animals everywhere will yearn for opposable thumbs just to work that throttle like you do. Oh, nature's cruel design. That's your forecast. Back to you.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with 24/7 roadside assistance from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance subject to policy terms and limits and may require comprehensive coverage.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough. The appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com. Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Music of the Nutcracker. Thank you, Jesse. Big day today for our favorite ballet dancer.
How many shows does she have now?
9.
Does she go all the way through New Year's?
9. Last show is Christmas Eve during the Packers-Panthers game. So it'll be interesting to see how I go about doing my job then.
How many shows? Any of her shows?
Yeah, you don't have to go to all 9.
You don't do all 9, do you?
Do I only go to certain ones of Sid's basketball or volleyball games? No. I mean, I'm going to all of them.
You can't make every event. Like, that's just not.
Sure, but not every basketball game is
game,
scripted to be the exact same game. Like,
well, actually, games are scripted from what I understand about the NFL, but that's.
So you don't miss any game, even if there's a Packer game going on. You don't miss.
I don't miss unless we have to divide and conquer. And we have a conflict where one child has one activity and one has another. But if I'm available, I'm going.
Yeah, but that's my point. You can't possibly be available for unless you're a magician.
No, I have NFL
must be a
Plus.
magician.
I have NFL Plus. So it's a noon start. So I'll watch it leading into the Nutcracker. Then I will. The Nutcracker will go and be played. And then the game won't be done by the time the Nutcracker finishes, so I'll catch the end of the game.
You're going to watch the game on your phone during the Nutcracker.
No, definitely not. No. But I've got NFL Plus, so then I can watch the parts of the game that I missed while we're driving back to Green Bay on Christmas Eve. And then I can still write, and I can still do our program.
Tucking it under
I got
the
a whole
seat,
plan.
under the program. Just
Jesse, I don't like. I care because it's my job. I'm not going to be. You're not going to hear me in the middle of a dance shouting touchdown, Jordan Love.
I was 7 minutes behind when Rodgers got hurt. I got that spoiled for me. That was disappointing. Like, God.
That's true. You did. All right. Speaking of Rodgers,
I'm gonna miss it.
This take from Evan Cohen, who is great on the air, is really, really good. And I don't think he knew he was going to say it. He said it just sort of happened. But here it is. If you missed it moments ago, this is what you call a sound graph.
Do you know how many players and coaches came with Brady from the Patriots the year before to Tampa the year after? 0. Gronk was retired. There was not a single player that he brought with him, not a single coach that he brought with him. He is and was, and Belichick would tell you this, the Patriot way. He didn't need to bring anyone with him because he knows who he is as a leader, as an influencer, that because I'm here, people will follow and we will do it this way. Aaron, my interpretation, had to bring people with him almost to vouch for why he is the way he is. And those people are not capable of performing without his help. So I actually think this all has backfired. If you want to do the Brady comparison is he goes by himself because he doesn't need anyone else. Nobody had to justify for the way he is. Nobody had to vouch for him.
Tausch, that's you whistling there. Now, he did get Gronk to come out of retirement to come play with him. And there were some other players that he had a hand in the Buccaneers acquiring. But I think it's hard to argue with anything Evan said there, frankly.
Yeah, that's why I whistled.
Okay, dynamite analysis.
What do you want me to say? He hit on a lot of things that I think are really interesting. I don't need to expound on it. It's when you start saying...
You agree with what he said, was, I guess, the question.
Well,
was
I think,
pending.
Obviously, this season has not went well. And I think Aaron evaluating talent and bringing Alan Lazard and bringing Billy Turner and bringing and vouching for Hackett and for all this other stuff, it has not worked. And, again, he's hurt. Do you think the Jets would be that much better if Aaron was playing quarterback healthy with
This
those
is
guys?
the question I was leading toward.
That's the thing. We don't know that yet. But we do know what has happened and how it's transpired, Bludgeon City, USA. That's all I can say.
Right. So I guess my question, and I know you can't prove this one way or the other, but now that we've seen how their season has unfolded, if Rodgers doesn't rupture his Achilles, I'm still not sure. I thought they were a playoff team, obviously, with them. I did not think with Rodgers in the first year there that they were going to go to the Super Bowl right away, like Brady did in Tampa. But I thought they were a playoff team, even with a difficult schedule, even with the AFC being difficult. After what I've seen from them, their defense is legit. There's no doubt about it. But their offensive line is horrible. And that factored into Rodgers getting hurt 4 plays into the season. How good or bad do you think they would have been had he played and stayed completely healthy all year?
All right, I'll answer that after you answer it. What do you think?
I will answer that to kick off the 10 o'clock hour, which we will do in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tausch here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Well, turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. See Sleeper Support Center for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-522-4700 for help. Think you know sports? Then try to turn your sports knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday.
Just download the Sleeper app and pick your favorite sports and players, like football star Bryce Young. With more stats than any other sports app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players. From pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more or less from the predicted stats and ka-ching. You could win up to 100 times your money if your pick wins. With the Sleeper app, you can make picks anytime, even after the game starts. Check out Sleeper today and unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Download right now and get up to $100 deposit match. Use promo code Milwaukee and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Just go to the App Store, download the Sleeper app today, and remember to use code Milwaukee for up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's promo code Milwaukee.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Look, I know there are some of you that are going to click off the YouTube stream or turn the station if you're on terrestrial radio. I just want to finish this, put a bow on it, if you will. This is not a New York Jets program. But the reason why this is interesting is because, at least for me, and I think for many Packers fans, there was genuine, authentic interest to see these 2 seasons unspool next to each other and be able to see what each team did. And your team, as a Packers fan, at least in the last 5 weeks, it's been really fun and really good, and the arrow's been pointed up. And the Jets have been
flying strong. That jet is flying. The Packers jet is flying strong.
And the Jets are grounded. They're on a full stop.
Yeah. Well, they've had mechanical issues since week 1.
If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy the whole season, look, there is other talent besides just the old guys that he brought in on that offense, right? Breece Hall is a really good player as a running back. Garrett Wilson.
Sauce, a.k.a. Sauce.
Sauce Wilson, yes. See, now you're finishing my sentences again, because that's exactly what I was about to do. Rodgers comped him to Adams. And he doesn't do that.
He started doing more of that, though. He started comping people.
Well, he didn't used to.
Okay, nice change.
And Tim Boyle is a lovely fellow, but he's not very good. And Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers defended him. He's not very good, right?
No,
we can agree on those things. And quarterback does make a huge difference. I do think that they are a wild card playoff team in the AFC East behind the Dolphins if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy all year. And then they probably lose in disappointing fashion in a playoff game, like Aaron Rodgers frequently did in Green Bay, because he does elevate the people around him. He may be a jerk to some of them, if they're especially young players, but he was still and is still, when healthy, a very good football player. We agree that last year their disappointing performance was tied to 2 things. 1 is broken thumb, and 2, his lack of engagement or whatever you want to call it with the young players that were around him. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, he is. The Jets would not have made the playoffs, so I will disagree with you on that. As far as the other part of this, Aaron's going to have to reprove himself next year. He had a down year with the busted thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's coming off of a major Achilles injury, which, don't care how quick he comes back, it's going to be limiting as far as he had already lost a step last year. We saw that a bunch. Is he still going to be as elusive and getting out of the pocket? And is he going to still be as willing? Those are all questions he's going to have to answer as far as what he does as a 40-year-old quarterback. I don't know how else to say this. I think the Jets are in a world of hurt. I would not want to bet on any futures of the New York Jets.
I agree, and I do want to put the bow on it with something that you said, which was also really interesting with Evan. But I'm looking at the wild card picture, and for as much grief as we give the NFC for having a bunch of mediocre teams, and deservedly so, the current wild cards are the Steelers at 7-5, the Browns at 7-5, and the Colts at 7-5.
Yeah.
Houston at 7-5 is the last one out, followed by Denver and Cincinnati and Buffalo, all at 6-6. So yes, they have 11 teams in their conference that are 500.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo's having its problems. The Patriots are suddenly now 2 automatic wins if you have your quarterback healthy enough to play them. So they had the Raiders on their schedule. They had the Chargers on their schedule.
The Patriots have become the Iowa Hawkeyes. The New England Patriots are now the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
The over-under on tonight's football game is 30 points. 30. That's Iowa Hawkeye stuff.
The Steelers are kind of that, too, and color scheme matches a little better.
Yeah, no, they both. You really got a Hawkeye on Hawkeye. I can't believe the Balagas aren't taking one of their winter trips to either, I don't know if it's in Pittsburgh or Foxborough tonight,
nice.
But they should really take, hey, we're going to Boston now. We're going to watch basically the equivalent of Iowa playing Iowa in an NFL game. So I get your point, Jason. And I never am going to doubt Aaron Rodgers, but the things that you're bringing up offensively, his O-line was going to struggle with him.
Yeah, you're right.
And Alan Lazard, is he going to be that much better with A-Rod?
We were right about him,
Maybe.
weren't we?
It wasn't like he was a rock star with Aaron Rodgers last year.
Right.
It
so
wasn't.
Let me just put a bow on it with what you said to Evan about him finishing with the Vikings, because when you said that, and I know you've hinted at it, you haven't gone there, but you kind of went there. Mm-hmm. That felt like a Dame time. Remember when you did that, and now it became like a video that we posted?
Yeah, I think that issue
felt like that
with
kind of moment.
I agree, but I think he's going to stay another year in New York. I think if everything implodes, then will the Vikings want Aaron Rodgers if they have a bad year with the Jets next year? He's not. I don't think he could possibly leave after the pay cut and everything the Jets have done. But he'll be irritated if Nathaniel Hackett is relieved of his duties, and if Salah's gone, and it's who do they bring in? Do they bring in another Rodgers guy? Do they bring in Mike McCarthy if they get beat in the playoffs with Dallas and Mike McCarthy? You just don't know how much more synergetic this could get.
Oh my God.
But it could get crazy. And will I be shocked if Aaron Rodgers finishes his career somewhere else?
I will not be.
Absolutely
I won't
not.
at all.
Not even a little bit.
You keep saying that he and Woody have a lovely relationship, and I maybe they do. But if you blow this up, if the Jets do that, and the bludgeoned Joe Douglas is no longer there, and Saleh loses his job, and they fire Nathaniel
Wolf
Hackett
to the New York Jets running the show next year.
And then maybe that's a scenario where then he's still there. But if they blow everybody out after this failed spectacularly because he didn't throw the ball away and he doesn't like cut blocks and he ruptures his Achilles on the 4th play of the season, I don't see how anyone who's taking over after this and saw him strong arm who had to be the offensive coordinator and who had to be the wide receivers, if I'm the new GM there, I don't want him. And forget about all the other circus stuff that Evan mentioned. I also don't want a 40-year-old guy coming off of an Achilles. I don't care how great he is and how fast he's healed. If I'm a new guy who now has some leash because I am building the program yet again in New York, I don't want him. And I think that's how he ends up
part
elsewhere.
of this will be the Jets are going to be bad enough. They have their first-round pick. The ironic part of this is probably going to be Aaron Rodgers will be tutoring and mentoring his replacement again in New York. That's the ironic part of this whole deal.
It is. And Zach Wilson will be a backup for the Green Bay Packers, perhaps. All right, we're moving on. We're done with this. And when we're moving on, whether we're moving on through Wisconsin, where it's called Quick Trip, or moving on through Iowa, where they don't score any points and they call Quick Trip Quick Star, you know we're stopping for snacks if Tausch's forward motion syndrome allows us to at Quick Trip.
Quick Trip is the perfect one-stop shop for someone always on the go, and it seems like that's Old T. Right now, get Quickery 8-grain and multi-grain bread. 1-pound loaves are on sale for two for $4, and you can get 16 ounces of Nature's Butter for $2.99. Snacks are aplenty at Quick Trip as well. Apples and oranges and pears, oh my, are 3 for $1. Plus, you can stock up on an assortment of chips, pretzels, and more. 2 for $4.88 or 3 for $6.66. You can grab some egg rolls for $1.69. Got all kinds of great deals. You can also win tickets at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards. You can purchase any standard or king-size M&Ms, Twix, Snickers, or Skittles with Quick Rewards, and you're automatically entered to win. You can win a prize pack that includes 4 tickets to the tournament, a Quick Trip gift card, or other prizes. Of course, that tournament, 3rd annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, that is coming up December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum, featuring the Badgers, Duluth, Northeastern, and the Air Force College Academy. You can get your tickets at holidayfaceoff.com. No purchase is necessary to enter.
Speaking of in-season tournaments, our trivia category is about the NBA in-season tournament. First time tournament trivia is the category.
I am excited. Although they're playing it at like 2 in the afternoon.
4 p.m. Central Time.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is that 2 p.m.
I feel like
in
that's
Vegas?
right in your wheelhouse that you would want a 4
I
o'clock
like
tip.
you guys know from my Fort Myers experience, I like that 5 o'clock tip. Not 4.
But it was
4 is a
smidger. Wait a minute. It was 6 o'clock in Fort Myers.
It was 6 Eastern, but I was still on Central Tausch zone. 5 Central Tausch, 6 Eastern. Never could get my head wrapped around. I don't ever want to live in the Eastern time zone. Don't like it at all.
So now we have
freaks me out.
We have old tea time?
In that instance, yeah. Yep.
It's time for trivia. Caller 8. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776.
Is there that much difference between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the grand scheme of tip times?
And remember, even if he was on old tea time, everyone else in Florida was on Florida time. Yes. So it was still 6 o'clock to them, and like all the stuff that was going on around him. 4 o'clock, he's right. Again, this is what I mean about being dismissive of Tausch. Don't do it. 5 o'clock is the perfect time. And because he was on Tausch time, it was 5 o'clock there for him. And one more hour for him tonight would make it the perfect time for tip-off tonight.
There you go. Jason, you get me. Hey, you get me.
You complete me. Caller 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Kyle Bruston Nortman, weekdays from 2 to 5, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL.
What does Ben got his cheeks clapped mean?
That means you got your cheeks clapped. Your cheeks got clapped by Rob.
Wow.
Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I like making Brad uncomfortable.
Wait, that's uncomfortable?
No, that's a good one. It's just I've never heard it phrased that way.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN. And subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. that really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary.
The holidays are here, and the perfect gift idea is a custom holiday gift box filled with Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. Order today at Kringle.com.
In the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there's an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where there's a table waiting for you at 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting, and more. Are you ready to spark something new? Light up your senses at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Cousin Subs just got better. With our newest mobile app update, we've made it easier to purchase your favorite subs and sides with Apple or Google Pay, and the ability to make split payments. And that's not all. Can we get your digits? Sign up today for our new text messaging program to unlock exclusive coupons and offers at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Beyond where you play, there's a pickleball kingdom where you can take lessons, grab a bite to eat, shop the pro shop, or join a league. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield is the newest professional indoor facility in the Milwaukee area with unlimited access to court time. They're offering over $100 off a 3-month membership gift certificate. Don't forget this perfect holiday gift in anticipation of Pickleball Kingdom's grand opening. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield, opening spring 2024 at the Ruby Isle Shopping Center. pickleballkingdom.com/Brookfield.
Ruberl Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Let me preface this by saying that loyalty is one of the most important qualities to me. In a friend, in a fan, just in people in general. I believe in loyalty because I think it leads to all the other qualities you want, right? So, I appreciate everyone who is loyal to our show. We had great numbers on YouTube and the video stream and terrestrial radio. We're really lucky to have a lot of people who love the show. But when we play trivia, there are certain names that come across the text chain that bring a wider smile to my face.
No, I haven't gotten it yet with this.
And this guy's
update.
one of them.
Who do we have?
He's been a fan of ours from the beginning. He's been extremely loyal. And we always have fun when he's the contestant. So let's play trivia with De Facto Daryl.
Oh, Double D. Double D.
Daryl, good morning, buddy. How are
Double
you?
D.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Did I lay it on a little thick there? It was authentic. I swear to you it was.
I appreciate it, and I truly am as loyal to you guys as you feel I am.
Yeah,
but I got one small little bone to pick, guys.
You don't want to do this after trivia? Oh, this is dangerous.
No,
Can't wait to make the trivia questions way harder.
Yeah, we're going to change things up if it's really harsh. What do you got, DD?
Jason, I am so glad you put a bow on this because I was just done with
That's what
this
I was afraid of.
conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, guys, we said we don't care about Roger. He's out the door. Why are we steady talking about him? And it was just kind of like
I tried to tell him
it was kind of like the joy in most of you guys' voices of how the Jets are down and Rodgers is doing bad and this. And I'm like, I thought we were done with him. Who cares? Just let's be done.
Yeah,
what he does, good or bad.
Let me just defend myself briefly, Daryl. That does not change my feelings about you. When Tausch brought up the idea of him playing somewhere else, that is not a thought that has really crossed my mind, frankly, until he said it. Because I kept thinking, he wants to make it work in New York or whatever else. But Tausch is right; they could blow out that whole thing, and then it becomes really interesting.
You're 100% correct. Yeah,
right. And then it does become interesting because Tausch did the Vikings are in 1,000,000% transition at quarterback. They could have acquired Trey Lance, who wanted to play for the Vikings. It grew up, obviously in North Dakota, not as great as South Dakota. But, they didn't, right? The Cowboys traded for him instead. True. They're not bringing back Kirk Cousins with his own ruptured Achilles. They were ready to dump or at least bench Josh Dobbs this week and decide to stick with him, so he didn't solve everything either for them. So it just piqued my interest when Tausch said that.
It does make an interesting point. I agree. I do agree. It does make an interesting point.
If he goes the Favre routes of Packers,
oh my God,
Jets, Vikings, we're not going to be able to avoid talking about him next season. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's play trivia.
That's very true.
Let's play trivia.
He's asking himself questions. All right, Daryl. Aaron Rodgers trivia this afternoon. So, as we start, which community college? All right, Daryl. Besides the Bucks, which of the other 3 semifinalists of the NBA's in-season tournament reached the 16-team field, not including play-in games, of last season's NBA playoffs? Is it the Indiana Pacers, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the New Orleans Pelicans?
You said which one did not?
Which one?
This is the only team that was not a play-in tournament team, Jesse. Is that correct, this question?
Which of these teams was in the playoffs last year?
Well, that's not what it says.
Not including the 9 versus 10 or all those play-in games.
So that was actually the playoffs too, but that's why I thought it was really.
Daryl, do you need to get that call?
No, I'm good. I'm going to say the Lakers.
Thank God.
That was one convoluted question. Well done.
Yeah, and it wasn't even fun. Like the first question's usually fun.
Nothing.
That whole thing stunk.
The only
you know what? I'm taking most improved off the table.
Oh.
Jesse's not most. That was garbage. That was really bad.
Don't worry, Jesse. I will say this. I now know the other teams that are the semifinalists in the play-in tournament, thanks to that question. I knew the Pacers where I didn't know the other 2 teams. All right, question 2, Daryl, is this. Indiana Pacers rising star Tyrese Halliburton played high school basketball at which of these Wisconsin high schools? Is it La Crosse Central, Oshkosh North, or Wauwatosa East?
Ooh, boy. Honestly, I do not know. I don't even have the faintest idea. I'm going to just take a stab and say Wauwatosa East.
Yeah. It's a stab. It's wrong. You didn't get bludgeoned. You didn't get meat cleavered. You just missed on your stab. Oshkosh North for Tyrese Halliburton. Oshkosh North. Tausch, question 3.
They renamed him. He's Tyrese Burton, which I think is pretty good. because he's him. That's Jason. That's what some of the kids do. I know you're
I've
kind of
heard
an old
this.
man now.
Yeah, I've heard this.
The Bucks, which are partially owned by Aaron Rodgers, have the best record of the 4 teams that have reached the in-season tournament to semifinals. Which of the other semifinalists had the second best record? Is it the Indiana Pacers, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the New Orleans Pelicans?
This is of the tournament. Best record in the tournament. I'm gonna say the Pacers.
Oh, the fans love the in-season tournament. Just ask us. We'll tell you. All right, Daryl.
These questions. Can we agree? And Daryl, you are a positive.
These are
you
not
bring
terrible
a huge
questions.
smile.
They're
Hold up.
They're not fun.
Daryl,
They're not entertaining.
you bring a big smile to our face. We love it when you call. We love
I appreciate
you.
that, guys. And
But can you
I have
say,
the same biggest smile on my
tell
face
Jesse,
as well, guys.
Can you tell Jesse
They sound a little sad.
sucked?
Don't
No,
do
they
it, Daryl.
sucked.
Don't do it, Daryl.
Daryl?
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that sucks.
So
we're
nice.
cool, man.
All right, Daryl.
But
Well,
all right, I'll say it. You know what? I wouldn't say before about the Packers and playoff. I will
Super
say
Bowl.
this in response. I'm not going to. Daryl doesn't need to co-sign it. Jesse, those questions suck.
I'll co-sign
Did
it.
you know one of the brightest young stars of the NBA played his high school basketball at Oshkosh North?
Yeah, I knew
Tausch?
his nickname. I knew he played. Yes, he's Himmelberg.
Did you know that the Lakers are the second best team in the semifinals besides the
cares.
Bucks?
Nobody cares.
Nor do I care.
Nobody cares.
Nope,
about
don't
that.
care. What I care about is de
Nobody cares
facto
about
Daryl
either of
and
Jason
always being
learned
supportive of our
something.
show.
I'm sure at least
you're
one
right. I
fan
know the
learned
4
something.
teams now. Yes, great. Good job.
It
Most
was an
improved.
insightful segment. We
And they
all
play at 1
got
o'clock
smarter
this
for
afternoon.
listening to this segment.
Yeah.
Play
Daryl,
at
we
1 o'clock.
appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for the constructive feedback. And thanks for being nice to Jesse, even though you didn't have to be. You could have told him his questions sucked. Have a good day, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys, man. Thanks.
All right. Now,
Isn't it funny,
Love you
Jason?
guys.
I knew when we started the 10 o'clock hour that was going to happen. I knew it.
you knew that Daryl was
Rogers
going to be the
stuff.
contestant?
No. Daryl, I'm shocked. That's how much you know. People are done and sick of Aaron Rodgers. And we know that.
Uh-huh.
Trust us, we know that. And when you did that, I was like, well, we're going to take some shrapnel for talking.
I would just, I don't want to get back into it. I would just say this. I do think the scenario you presented, if you didn't turn off your radio during it, I think it is really interesting. And if it happens, it's going to be unavoidable to talk about them. Because when you brought up the Vikings and you brought up the logistics, it's hard for me not to see a path to that occurring. That's all. Had you not said that, I wouldn't have continued with it. But it is.
Okay.
They
That's on
could
me.
blow.
I'll
They
trim
could.
it up.
No. I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you that it is that interests me. The rest is. You're right. He doesn't interest me. You don't see me tuning in on Tuesdays anymore. You don't see us talking about him on Wednesdays every day.
Tier 1 Tyler, thank you for your service. We need you.
Yes.
After
no
that,
kidding.
After that, was that?
Debacle.
That is Jesse's worst
debacle.
That was his worst. Yeah.
Everything was correct. It was.
I have people
new
clamoring for
information to
Gerald
some.
Ford trivia.
No, you
Jesse,
don't.
I just
no,
got a text.
you don't.
Gerald Ford trivia,
Jimmy
please.
Carter trivia.
He's still alive, by the way.
Polk and Pierce trivia. Whatever it needs to be. Tier 1 Tyler, I'm sure we'll.
Spiro Agnew. Love to get a little more Spiro Agnew trivia if we could.
Did you hear this about Nixon? All right, so we need to get to our Bucks buddy, Justin Garcia. He's scheduled to appear next. I don't think that David Gruber and Gruber Law Offices specialize in this kind of litigation, but if I could sue Jesse for that performance, I would. I am glad to know that if I do need legal advice and if I do need help, I hope I never have to. But they're there. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. David and his team been around for 35 years helping Wisconsinites, and they continue to do it to this day. Go to gruber-law.com to find out more about the firm, find out more about their lawyers, find out more about their history, find out more about all the things they do in our community. Or give them that call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Justin Garcia, our Bucks buddy, helps us get enthusiastic about the in-season tournament. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dalla Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. Prize Picks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Q Club of Wisconsin is your hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
Gary, we have so much going on. We're still the place to be on game days to catch the green and gold. Book a holiday party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Plus, we got great live music every Saturday night. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where you know we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out qclubofwisconsin.com.
It's never too early to start making your list and checking it twice. Give the gift of a delicious Milwaukee food and city tours experience this holiday season. From a walking tour on Brady Street to our tacos and tequila bus tour or our beloved Christmas bakery bus tour, we have something for all tastes. Plus, we're offering a 15% discount on all gift card purchases through the end of the year. Send your clients, colleagues, or family this delicious gift at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com.
The big guy needs some help this holiday season, so of course he's going to the Corners of Brookfield, just like you. Find something for everyone at the Corners. The 30-plus retailers and restaurants are sure to check off every wish on your lists, and the Corners has 15-minute parking for a quick in and out. But if there's a gift only Santa can deliver, head to the Market Square for a special North Pole mailbox. Letters are accepted until December 22nd. This season, the perfect gift is right around the Corners. Visit thecornersofbrookfield.com for more.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Of things that bring a smile to my face. This music, in and of itself, and what it means. It's time for our Bucks buddy, Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network. Joins us now. Justin, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I am good. It is an early wake-up call here in Vegas, so just readjusting.
You're not on Tausch. You're not on Tausch Central Time anymore. You've taken on the local time already.
Well, I kid. I'm not actually in Las Vegas. One of these times, but not today. So it's it's going to be a nice game today with a 4:00 tip that we should have everything wrapped up by 7:38.
Yeah, and I don't have a drive tonight, so that works out well for me. All right, so I just got a text from the villain, John Wesley. Your Bucks talk for the week is, hey, let's have our guest get us enthusiastic for the in-season tournament. To which my response was, yep. You and I, I love you.
Pressure.
We've been friends for a long time. I respect the hell out of you. I love the fact that I get to spend all my ballet drives listening to you and Dave Kane. It's great for me. We are a Packers-centric show, but I will admit I did not understand the in-season tournament, and now I still am not sure I entirely understand it. I thought it was going to be, as I mentioned earlier in the week, a linear, like NCAA tournament bracket-style tournament. I was wrong.
Yeah, it's like growth. It's like the Packers rookies. Growth isn't linear, Jason. That's what you've told me all season.
I know, it's a great word, linear. So tell me why I should be into this, because I'm not, and I was told that. Yeah. Yes.
Very enthusiastic.
Love it.
Very convincing.
Sounds like it.
Oh, Pelicans, Lakers, Tausch can't wait. Explain to me give me the positives. Give me the reasons why, because this seems to be resonating with real NBA fans. Like the ones that don't just say, wake me in April. No one in particular here. Why is this a good thing, and why is it working for the league?
Well, it's working because there's at least interest in this part of the calendar. That before, everybody would say the regular season doesn't start until Christmas Day, and you know what you're up against with college football, and you're getting into the championship games and bowl games, and certainly the NFL, that it was an uphill climb, and the league had just kind of drifted to the back for the last handful of years. And you go back to the year the Bucks won the title, when it actually started on Christmas Day, and that's when you start to hear a lot more, or the week of Christmas Day, I should say. You start to hear a lot more of, man, this is when it should start. And the league doesn't want to do that, because pushing things back, as we saw the 2 years during COVID, that just creates all kinds of problems with their schedule. So with doing this, you get some interest. You're never going to beat the NFL in college bowl games, given the stakes they have, but you're at least taking some of that, and you're having a lot more fans, casual fans, even hardcore fans, that are interested in middle of November regular season games that otherwise wouldn't have been. It's not just the gimmick of the single elimination tournament. The league has clearly stressed the importance of this to their coaches and to their players, and they backed it up with the money that coaches and players are going to be earning throughout this whole tournament. And I'm assuming stressing the importance of this being a success, because they have a TV rights deal they are currently negotiating, and this is going to be a big part of it. So I think you've seen competitive games, and you've just seen more interest in the month of November than we've ever had before. Stars are playing. I think I was talking to you the other day and said Dame and Giannis have missed a combined 3 games so far this season. Giannis missed, I think, 4 games at this point last year. Drew Holiday had missed 3 or 4 games. Chris Middleton hadn't played. And the Bucks aren't the only team that's seen that with their stars. So more of the name brand players have been playing, and these have largely been competitive games.
Yeah, Justin, that's the whole point. And that's why this has been a big success. I don't know if the TV numbers will add up, but the fact Kevin Durant, couple-time champion, MVP, one of the all-time great players, said that it was different and that it mattered. LeBron wants to be the first one to win it. Giannis is all in on trying to get a little extra money for his team and everybody else. So it's been a success because the best players have bought in and made this, because it's an inaugural deal and everybody wants to win the first one of anything. That's why this has been successful, correct?
Yeah, and look, Dame said the same thing after that first game against the Knicks I think his quote was, "We know this is something, we just don't know what it is yet." And I think that's what a lot of people or players have kind of approached it as. I know this is important. I don't know if it's a playoff game per se. Let's see how this kind of feels. And, especially those last two nights of group play, that Friday after Thanksgiving and then the Tuesday where the Bucks played the Heat, the way you saw teams approach those games, playing to win and playing to win by a lot, that upped the intensity and made it much more compelling. Yeah, and now we're getting to the best part, which started earlier in the week with the actual knockout round. So I've heard the same gripes of people saying, how can you call this a tournament when it's not actually a tournament? The tournament part started earlier in the week, on Monday and Tuesday. But I think to your larger point, the difficulty the league will have with expanding this is you still have to make up those games. You still have to hit 82 games. That's why a quarterfinals was the easiest way to do it, because you can leave two games open during the week and say, everybody that doesn't qualify, you'll play each other. We'll figure out the logistics. And you'll play those two games during the week. If you try to expand it to 16, the model is after international soccer, and they'll actually pause their season, and they're playing teams from other leagues, not all within the same league. So the only way to really increase this into a larger tournament style is if you brought in some teams that you would see in FIBA and international competition and expand across leagues, which I think Adam Silver is certainly open to. I just don't think that's anything we're going to see anytime soon. But that's the issue. You can't do a 16-team elimination when that would mean, okay, where are we going to make up 4 games for teams that don't qualify or are eliminated early? Because you can't get to the spot where, well, we just won't do it, and some teams play 82 games, some teams are playing 79. That's just going to create all kinds of headaches.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What are the Bucks going to do? They win this championship. I love in-season championships. I've been an adamant supporter. Where does the banner go if and when the Milwaukee Bucks walk out of Las Vegas Saturday night, beating the Lakers? Where are they putting that banner? Are they going to hang it right next to the NBA championship? Is it going to be smaller? Are they going to put it like up against the window in the back? Where would JG put it?
Well, I'm more curious about rings. Do you get a ring for it? Are they distributed to everybody, including those that work on the radio broadcast?
JG wants a ring.
JG wants a piece of that pie. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder, too, is this something you potentially say, hey, we'll hang the banners in T-Mobile Arena? Because that's the other part. They're not leaving T-Mobile Arena. This is going to stay there because that's the other part of the draw, is players view this as, well, part of the incentive is we get to spend a week in Vegas if we win and we qualify for this. And, look at the Bucks or the loser of this game tonight between the Bucks and the Pacers, both of these games, the Bucks-Pacers game, the Lakers-Pelicans game. The losing teams of that, they don't play each other because they've already hit their 82 games now. So you get 3 days off in Vegas before you play on Monday. So that's another big part of the appeal to this. I don't know if you can hang
what lobby won there.
Well,
Vegas lobby won big time there.
Giannis is going to want to be in this thing every year because it's his birthday week.
Yeah, that's true. And I can think of other players, too, that would especially love to get here. I'm surprised the Clippers didn't.
James Harden would. I'm shocked James Harden didn't get this thing done with the Clip.
Right. I mean, next year, I'm already look out for the Clippers in the in-season tournament. I wonder if this is like a practice facility thing, because can you really hang, at least until we start to see more of a history with this, can you really hang that in the rafters next to world champions banners?
Yeah.
Big
Back
Ten
window.
West co-champions.
I think it's a back window deal. But, JG, in all seriousness, these guys want to be the first-time winner. You don't know how long this thing's going to go.
Yeah.
It's new. It's kind of kitschy. And when LeBron went out and said he wants it, I think that perked everybody up and said, you know what, let's go get this thing.
I think that's a big part. And even Adrian Griffin, we've seen a handful of teams making it clear we're trying to win this. case in point, the Knicks on Tuesday when they were in town. Tom Thibodeau gave your typical coach speak of he got peppered with questions of, is this going to simulate a playoff game, and how important is this to you guys? And we just got the standard every game is important. So you've seen varying degrees of how teams have viewed this, but the Bucks from day one have said, hey, if there's something to win, if we get a banner, as Griff said, we're going to try to win this thing. And their play has backed that up. The Pacers are another one of those teams. And I think that's the other compelling part of this tournament is when you look at the Pacers and Pelicans, Pacers especially are a team that, you would have to go back to the Paul George era to say the last time they really experienced any type of playoff games and success there. So we're going on a decade plus, and this isn't a playoff game, but it simulates that, and it gives those younger players a brief look at a Game 7 and simulates that type of feeling of what to expect in terms of atmosphere in the playoffs. And again, not just getting you prepared for that, but as a competitor wanting to experience that. Tyrese Halliburton had never played in a nationally broadcast game before until Monday when they played the Celtics.
All right, you gave it the old college try. I'm still not sold on the in-season tournament, but I'm not traveling to Vegas. I'm not winning a bunch of money. I will be tuning in for your outstanding work across the Bucks Radio Network. But one question about the actual season where they're like trying to win a ring for you and everyone else that works there and win a championship that you do hang the banner somewhere other than a practice facility. The Timberwolves have the best record in the NBA?
What are they doing here?
And the Bucks are at 15-6. Tell me what your observations have been, because we have not talked to you enough since Dame time dawned. What have your observations been through 21 games of this team and the new dynamic? How do you feel that development is occurring? I've heard you on your various Bucks platforms talking about, it's not a defensive and identity and scoring and everything. What is your perception of the Milwaukee Bucks through 21 games in 23-24?
I am, I guess, right where I expected to be. That, coming into the season, I think I said on here too, I expected them to have a top 3 offense, and that's where they currently sit right now. And there's still a lot of room for improvement, that it seems like they're just starting to get that chemistry and gel, especially Giannis and Dame. That still has a ways to go. You've seen Giannis really thriving with Chris Middleton, and you've seen Dame really thriving with Brook Lopez. Not that duo of Giannis and Dame has been bad together, but they're still working at it. So you would assume this offense is only going to continue to improve. And that's the big thing is I know everybody was panicked early about this defense, and we tried to level set. This is not going to be an elite defense. Your hope is middle of the pack. If they can be an average defense. For the season as a whole, they currently sit 22nd. But we keep pointing to November 3rd. That was their first game, ironically enough, of the in-season tournament in group play against the Knicks. Mm-hmm. And that's when Brook Lopez was moved closer to the basket. They weren't playing on the perimeter and trying to increase those steals, so he was more comfortable. And he's been a monster since then. He leads the league in blocked shots from that point forward. He's on pace for a career high in block shots. He's second in the league in stocks, which we call steals and blocks together, one behind Anthony Davis. So he's been even better through these 20 games than he was a season ago when he was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. And in that span, their defense is 13th. So they've basically had a league average defense, maybe slightly better than that, but the defense has been elite in the fourth quarter. And we've all asked Adrian Griffin, how do you explain this? And Bobby Portis and Damian Lillard, all these players that we've had a chance to talk to as well, not just the clutch play where the Bucks have been the best team in the league, and that's the final 5 minutes if the game is within 5 points. They're 9-3 in those spots. But the fourth quarter in general, they have been fantastic. And, to a man, they've all said, well, I don't know that there's a reason to explain it, but Adrian Griffin from day one has preached the fourth quarter has to be your best quarter, and those last 5 minutes are especially critical. And that's how this team has played. So I think we're seeing league average, slightly better defense. We feel like if our defense keeps us in the game, our offense is eventually going to win it in the fourth quarter. And that's the biggest difference from this year to last year. When they were a defensive team that struggled offensively, it's hard to score in this league, and it's hard to stop scoring. That 9 times out of 10, elite offense is going to beat elite defense. And that's what the Bucs are up against the last few years, is you would get stops, but you still had to score in the half court on the other end, and that wasn't that group's strength. Damian Lillard is one of the best half-court scorers in the league for his ability to hit tough shots, his deep range on threes, his ability to get to the free throw line, and that's really opened up a lot for this team in creating looks for Malik Beasley. Giannis has been the most efficient we've seen in 5+ years, where he's scoring with ease with a true shooting percentage above 60% already. He's cut down his threes, too. His three-point attempts per game is the lowest it's been in, I think, 7 years. So their offense has been much more efficient, and that's the biggest difference from a year ago. We're sure your defense is going to give up points, but you're going to be able to match them. And when you think back to the last 2 playoff runs, that's what the Bucs would run into. That was just ultimately so deflating, is your defense would come up with stops, but when you're not scoring on the other end and you're continually asking that group, hey, sorry, you got to get another stop and try to force transition so we can score easier, that takes a toll in the pressure and everything else that it puts on that defensive unit. So it's been flipped this year, and I think that's what's made this team a much better team so far.
JG, we always appreciate your insights. We don't talk Bucs very often, but when you're here, we're much smarter for it. And people can hear you across all of our Bucs programming. I was listening the other night, you contrasting how Adrian Griffin and those players communicate as opposed to maybe the way Bud would not have taken some of the suggestions that players have. It's really good stuff. So folks that don't get enough Bucs from us can get it from JG across all of the different platforms that he talks Bucs. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
See you guys.
That is the fantastic Justin Garcia. If you want to know more about the Bucs, you'll be smarter if you listen to him. You can continue to listen to us. We will shift gears back to our specialty, which will be the Green Bay Packers.
Digital
Stick around. It's
only.
Wilde and Tausch. Oh, yeah. Tausch is very excited. This commercial break. If you're not on video, get there.
And you got to be on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, because we can't do it. We can't do it on the Milwaukee channel because of how we got this set up. It's ESPN Madison YouTube channel and Twitter and Facebook. Yes, Wilde and Tausch.
Okay.
Just letting everyone know so that people don't get upset like last time when this happened.
Okay.
It's going to be, and I'm going to promise you, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
We'll all find out together on a Digi only. And then we'll come back and we'll say, did she do it or did she not? Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you. Another big win for Top 10 Marquette.
Gets it in down to Iguodala, who stuffs it. You can't pass it any better than Cam Jones just did.
The next test happens Saturday night as the Golden Eagles host Notre Dame. Our coverage starts Saturday at 7 o'clock with Brian D. and Marquette College Game Day. Gabe Neitzel has the Marquette Sports Network pregame show starting at 7:30. Tip-off with Homer and Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith happens at 8. 94.5 ESPN, the official home for Marquette basketball.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Ho, ho, ho! I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go?
Come on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later.
sure.
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. See Sleeper Support Center for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-522-4700 for help. Think you know basketball? Then try to turn your basketball knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick your favorite sports and players, like basketball star Damian Lillard. With more stats than any sports app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live. Pick more or less from the predicted stats and ka-ching. You could win up to 100 times your money if your pick wins. With the Sleeper app, you can make picks anytime, even after the game starts. And only on Sleeper can you get up to 100 times payout. Check out Sleeper today and unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Download right now and get up to $100 deposit match. Use promo code Milwaukee and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Just go to the App Store, download the Sleeper app today, and remember to use code Milwaukee for up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's promo code Milwaukee.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. Or you could also try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. It's stick size and a great way to try all the favorite flavors of the season. So go to Kringle.com to order or call them at 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Cousin Subs is here to rescue you from the winter blues with the hero of all Euros. Their mouthwatering Euro is back and features Euro meat, Wisconsin feta cheese, fresh cucumbers, onions, tomatoes, and Greek yogurt tzatziki sauce on their freshly baked Italian bread. So warm up your taste buds today and enjoy a Euro done better the Cousin Subs way. Order online at cousinsubs.com for pickup or delivery. Available for a limited time only. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Hear that? Those are sounds of Paul's Jewelers at work. We're your Milwaukee jeweler with over 50 years of experience. Paul's isn't just a store, we're a jewelry manufacturing workshop. Bring your jewels and our skilled goldsmiths can breathe new life into old treasures, changing them into something uniquely yours. Paul's Jewelers, where the past meets the present with sparkle and shine. Highway 100 in National and paulsjewelers.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. While the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holiday to you. Happy holiday. It's the
I'm going to be
holiday
honest
season.
If you joined us on the video stream, Twitter, Facebook.
That was fun. Would you admit that was fun?
ESPN Madison, would you let me finish?
No, I won't. I can't. I have a problem.
There were once again moments where I was like, what the hell's going on out here, the way Vince Lombardi might say it. And by the time we wrapped up, I was wanting it to continue. I hate you for this. We are investigating. We're CSI vending machine.
CSI VM.
We will share this with the broader audience because
Randy Wright used to own a bunch of vending machines. I don't know if you knew that. Big in the if I hear the word vending machine, I think Randy Wright.
And if I hear the name Randy Wright, I think of the bounce pass to Altoon that he then throws for the touchdown. All right, so I know not everyone migrated over to the video stream. And I can't believe I'm saying this. But you missed out.
Week. Yes.
So we are trying to discern. Tausch, let me just give people an update. Tausch, you'll tell people about Prize Picks, then we'll get into the 11 o'clock hour. But we're going to do another digital-only short in a commercial break during the 11 o'clock hour. But Tausch sent us a photo of the vending machine at Cap Ice Arena in Middleton. And there's 2 empty slots, and we're trying to figure out what's in there. And I have suggested, because they don't have the same price tags as all the other items, and they've got way too many circus animal cookies. And I say that as someone who likes the iced circus animal cookies.
They should stack them longitudinally, not latitudinally.
But there's 2 empty slots, and I have suggested that those are broken because they don't have updated price tags on them. And Tausch thought maybe they were just so popular that no one bought all the nice Skittles and the Reese's products and the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
For
they
$7.
just all bought what was in those 2 spots. So join us for another digital-only NCIS edition as we try to discern what happened with this vending machine. Tausch, I don't know if you would take more or less on the number of products that should have been in those 2 empty slots, but I know if Prize Picks had that as a choice, I'm sure you'd be picking on it.
Well, I have to look because I love the NBA on Prize Picks. Love the NFL. That's also available. You got a game tonight where you have a really good chance of no one scoring, but it's in-season tournament. It's big-time hoops. It's Halliburton, Giannis, 34 points for Giannis tonight. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Tyrese at 28.5. I like the more. He's a big-time player. You can do it. Prize Picks Daily Fantasy Sports made easy. Pick 2 to 6 players. I go with 3. I'm going to go with Halliburton with more, and then I got to figure out what else I'm going to do. I'm not competing against others. Just Prize Picks' projections. It is simple entries made in 60 seconds or less. Download the Prize Picks app. Go to prizepicks.com. Use that promo code WI, and you get a $100 match up to $100. You get Prize Picks, you put like promo code WI, you get 100% deposit match up to $100. Download the Prize Picks app. I'm still thinking about the vending machine. Download the Prize Picks app to get started today.
The 11 o'clock hour will begin with Big Cat. And I'm not talking about Josh DiMaggio. Stick around. It starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
With your Saganiac Pioneer Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. The 8th-ranked Golden Eagles led by as many as 32 points as they cruised to an 86-65 victory over number 12 Texas at Fiserv Forum. Senior point guard Tyler Kolek stuffed the stat sheet, finishing with 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. His 4th career game with at least 25, 5, and 5. He also added 3 steals in 31 minutes of action.
Kolek, he's going to try a 3. You got it. Oh, baby, listen to that crowd.
MU improves to 7-2 overall. They welcome Notre Dame to Fiserv Forum Saturday night.
Help protect your team with slam dunk coverage. Saganiac Planning can coach you on ways to save money on medical and specialty plans through United Healthcare, which is one of the largest provider networks in Wisconsin. Call John Saganiac Jr. 262-783-6161. That's John Jr. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services Inc. or its affiliates. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin Inc.
Beyond where you play, there's a pickleball kingdom where you can take lessons, grab a bite to eat, shop the pro shop, or join a league. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield is the newest professional indoor facility in the Milwaukee area with unlimited access to court time. They're offering over $100 off a 3-month membership gift certificate. Don't forget this perfect holiday gift in anticipation of Pickleball Kingdom's grand opening. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield, opening spring 2024 at the Ruby Isle Shopping Center. pickleballkingdom.com/Brookfield.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Bring friends and watch your favorite team compete on big screens. Grab game day eats in T. McSee's Sports Bar or celebrate your team's victory in Horizon's Steakhouse. To book your game time at the Island Resort and Casino, call 800-682-6040 today.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
All doing this more, but I owe it all to the vending machine. As we were talking, now I suppose there's a danger in this, because if there's too much negative feedback, then I'm going to get pissed. But considering that there's a lot of people agreeing with me, I'm going to check out the YouTube chat function.
Okay.
And it would appear that my theory about the broken two sections of said vending machine is gaining popularity. That theory, Jeff and Monroe, the Klinkster, a lot of people on board.
I just feel like I feel like a Snickers bar has to be in every vending machine, and especially in a hockey rink, packed with protein, all that stuff. I think it's pretty tough to not.
I'm sorry, what's packed with protein?
Snickers. That's
I don't think Snickers are packed with protein. They have some peanuts in them.
These other ones? Yeah. Compared to Skittles?
Definitely
what are we
compared
talking
to
about
Skittles.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair. Which candy bars have the most protein?
It's going to be Snickers.
Don't you think Reese's with peanut butter might also have a chance?
Peanut butter cups are not candy bars. I don't know how many
times you have to tell me.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
But no, where do you sell the peanut butter cups?
They're just.
What else would
candy.
they be classified as?
Again, I'm not going down this road again.
All right. So first of all, the payday has the most protein. That's the one that's just a bunch of
peanuts.
So yeah, it's just whatever has the most nuts. Yeah.
Also in the protein, this is amazing. There are, first of all, that's what I was hoping for right there. First of all, they have in this official candy list, Reese's peanut butter cups are in the candy bar section.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree with that, but okay.
Now, any of these sugary, chewy type.
Hey, by the way, I'd like an apology because when I sent this over, you guys thought I was an idiot.
No, Tausch.
Jesse said, "You're not." Jesse was like, "What is this? Okay, what is this? What?" Yeah. There's sugar in candy bars, Jason. Yeah, we all know that. But this concept of protein bars in comparison to candy bars,
no.
It's not as big of a split as you think.
Yes, I know. Okay, not everyone listens every day, but we had this discussion once already, too, several weeks ago, that there are the sugar content in the protein bars. We were doing it on the granola bar day. Remember that? And granola bars are slightly healthier than candy bars. We covered all that. You brought back, what was the one? What was the kudos bars? Is that what we brought up from your youth growing up on the farm? The problem with your vending machine text, which I know you're struggling with green and blue and your battery and whatever else, is you didn't tell us what the hell you were going for with the picture.
You want to know what the text was that Tausch sent with this, everybody?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
I thought, wow, that's a lot of Reese's compared to the ratio of the other items in the vending machine.
So I would have said, who's eating all these circus animals cookies? That's what I would have said.
Why would the two different Skittles not be right next to each other? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Why did you crop out the M&Ms and the Sour Patch Kids? Just had to get that close to take the photo.
Yes.
How much wider is this, and how many other rows weren't included in the photo?
Boy, it sure looks like those animal crackers are going to get stuck on their way down here, not coming up.
Yeah. So this is, again, I'm not saying that it's not fun to listen to our show, but the visual component does add a layer to the experience. There's no doubt about that. Now, that said, Payday is the highest protein, but Snickers actually has a high protein version, which could go for $7 in that vending machine if they'd put it in there. All right, you wanted to, speaking of things you sent us, and we'll save the rest of our vending machine discussion for the Digi. You sent us, and I don't know Big Cat. I know he's a Wisconsin alum and he's a Bears fan. But whether it's him, whether it's our buddy Sylvie from Waddle and Sylvie, Mark Silverman, I do take pity on them.
Yeah,
because things are trending. And again, Jordan Love has a lot more to prove. 3 games do not a career make. But the way the trend line looks, the Packers at the very least have their guy. He may not be a multi-time Pro Bowl guy. He may not be an MVP guy. He may not be a Hall of Fame guy. But it is trending toward they got their guy. And the Bears couldn't even score a touchdown. They won a game, but they didn't score a touchdown in doing so. Don't know how you can feel certain that they have the guy. And for folks like Big Cat, that's a tough pill to swallow. And so he decided to share his frustrations with this rant.
This is bullshit because the Packers are going to go to the playoffs. They have the rest of their schedule is Giants, Bucks, Panthers, Vikings, Bears. The Packers are going to go to the playoffs, and Jordan Love is good, and it's fucking bull. It's absolute bull. They shouldn't get away with this. It's absolute bull. Jordan Love's throwing balls that should get intercepted, and they're not getting intercepted, and he looks good, and he looks comfortable. He's doing Rodgers. The whole thing is bull. Nothing in life is fair. If you have to, if you're trying to teach your kids why life isn't fair, just show them Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. It's not fair. It's not fair, PFT.
Well, we're too early on the Jordan Love thing, though.
No, I think he might be good. He looks so much better than he did at the beginning of the season. He's come along, and it's bullshit.
Are we going to do that kind of thing on Digi only, too? Are we going to start using those types of words, or...
Can we swear more on Digi?
That's not a can of worms I want to open up, but...
Blake!
Can I get rid of the blank and blanks? Because...
In fairness, we could do a Digi fill in the blanks type of thing where we get to say the blanks that we don't get to say on the air. Yeah.
This is really fun, and I think part of the off season that was, when we're sitting here talking about this and speculating, and I know you don't predict, but when you start understanding, well, we don't know, and Bears fans saying welcome to the club after the October swoon, and then to see how this thing has progressed. Big Cat ain't the only Bears fan that feels this way.
No, he's not.
And by the way, Viking fans feel it too. And I'm guessing after the Thanksgiving Day game, and if the Green Bay Packers go up to Ford Field in January and win a playoff game, can you imagine?
No.
The Packers getting
I can't.
it right again?
Yeah.
And feeling this way? It won't just be bull blank. It will be blank and bull blank. And then it's going to get more blank. You're going to start seeing there'll be a blank in front of the bull blank.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And then it's going to get more blank and blank. And the whole thing is hilarious to me because the odds of it happening and the odds of Jordan, the odds of Jordan playing this well at this point with this team being in this position, most of us say it's blank and unbelievable that this is what's happening. But here we are, and the big cats of the world are looking at it like, how the blank did this happen again? And to me, as a Packer fan, that's blank and awesome.
So, do you agree? PFT commenter is his co-host. Do you agree with Big Cat that it's donezo, it's over? He's the guy. He's going to be really good. We're certain of that? Or do you pump the brakes slightly Not like slam on the brakes, but, kind of the pump when somebody's trailing
What
you
does
a little
Matt
bit too
LaFleur
close.
always say? What does Matt
All
LaFleur
gas,
always say?
no blank and brake.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all gas on Jordan Love now.
Jordan Love is the quarterback for this franchise. Yes, it's been fairly obvious the last month, and I see enough good things in what he's been able to do. We asked for wild throws.
Well, we've gotten them, no doubt.
A lot of blank and wild throws. We asked for consistency. We asked, hey, can you get your completion percentage up?
He has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The answer's been yes. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to still have some ripples and some maybe even a big drop in a coaster, but I've seen enough to think he's really good. And he has a chance to be really
good.
I don't know if you can get up to the point where you're going to say he's going to be Aaron Rodgers good. People will be able to start figuring some things out and pushing him to do some different things. But teams have done, he's handling the blitz. He's picking things up and doing things so much better than what he was. And again, a big part of that is the O-line and Matt LaFleur. But this stuff falls on the quarterback's shoulders, and he has broad shoulders that seem to be handling it pretty good.
For those of you who are curious, with his performances over the past 5 games, Jordan Love's completion percentage on the season currently stands at 61.3%.
Yeah,
so he's raised it 5+ percentage points because it was at like 56 early on in the year.
Even lower at some point. Yeah, it was bad. It was not good.
Jesse, I want to be like Tausch. I do.
Do you?
Well, on this topic, I want to be able to say, yep, he's the guy for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I do. I'm not quite ready to say that for certain. Like, he's been terrific lately, and I'm happy for him because I like
awesome
Jordan.
Or not? Has he been awesome?
Yeah, the last 3 games he's been awesome. I mean, his numbers are through the roof. He's got 8 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, he's been really, really good, and they've won all the games.
Awesome.
Well, how many times in recent NFL history has a fan base looked at their new quarterback, said he's the guy, yep, that's the one, and it ends up not working out after they say it? I can't think of many.
Carson Wentz.
Not many. Yep.
I haven't given
That was
this.
a major injury. He's never been the same since his injury.
Like, did anyone say Mac Jones was the guy in New England? Were they like, yep, he's the guy?
No, and I don't think New England did. No.
That's fair. I don't know how many times it's occurred where then the guy was not the guy. I would have to do some more digging on that because that's a really worthwhile question.
I said it about
Jason,
Jalen
it's
Hurts,
not
and I was
just-
wrong. I didn't think he was going to be the guy long term. He is.
It's true.
It's not just Packer fans saying he's the guy now. A lot of analysts, a lot of people that break this stuff down for a living are saying, yeah, he's the guy.
Deshaun Watson? Now, he had legal entanglements.
That's different.
He sat out 2 years.
Yeah, well,
you know
he
what I
stunk-
think about 2 years in the NFL.
The league comes at you quick.
Is it really just
he was the guy until he wasn't the guy.
Are the best 2 examples Trubisky and Justin Fields?
Nobody thought Trubisky was the guy. You
won.
can't be a one-read guy and be the guy.
But how many games did they win that year? And people were saying, yeah, we got our quarterback, win the division, Trubisky.
Yeah, trust me, nobody that really knew football thought he was the guy. They did.
No. And I would say people like Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. They did go to the playoffs with him, did they not? Like, and then that turned out not so much the guy.
Ironically, the Cleveland Browns would be a heck of a lot better this year with Baker Mayfield than they would be with Deshaun Watson.
I would agree with that. Kyler Murray, remember when he had the miracle throw for the touchdown, and there was Kyler Murray mania. Now, he did tear his ACL last year, but he was not playing well, and there were people that were questioning him last year, right? So he's another
Jason,
one.
You can be the guy, and then you can become not the guy.
Okay. Well, I hope that's not the case with Jordan Love.
Well, you don't even think he's the guy yet. So
No. I think he's the guy now. I don't know if he will sustain as the guy or not. Right, but isn't the situation isn't the situation you're describing what I'm saying? I kind of think he could be the guy, but then, like, how long do you get to be the guy and then you're not the guy, and you could say you were the guy, as opposed to you never really were the guy? You understand the distinction?
2 years.
Okay, so we need more time then.
Well, he's been here 4 years.
He played one game in the first 3 years, or started one game. Okay.
Derek Carr, as much as that pains me to say.
Yeah, there was a time they thought he was the guy. He turned out to not be the guy. That's a good point.
Remember when Jesse wanted to trade Rodgers for Derek Carr?
You know who is the guy?
Bad at GM as A-Rod.
You know who's
Jesse's
the guy?
as bad at GM as Aaron Rodgers.
You know who's the guy? Tito Beveridge. Tito Beveridge is him.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day. Yeah, pour me in, coach, from a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch. Root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. Stack a spicy Bloody Mary for your warm-up. You can salt the rim of a Tito Rita during halftime, where you can take home the win with a Tito's, and you can just about put anything in there. I am a cranberry guy, especially in the holiday season. That's what I love. You're calling the game. You can change it up as much as you want. Go to Tito'sVodka.com for other cocktail recipes, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
I will try and think of other guys that didn't end up being the guys, but let's be clear. He's playing really, really well, and you should be really excited about him.
He's the guy.
Okay. We'll talk more about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Okay, it's happening.
Sound the alarms.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
Everyone to their positions.
Everybody calm down.
It's time.
For everybody that is wondering if we're back, if the pack is back.
The pack is back.
The green and gold are back to 500 and looking to make some noise down the stretch.
This is playoff team. Duh. The most obvious thing ever.
We are your home for green and gold talk and the Green Bay playoff plunge. 94.5 ESPN.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance, because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Ho, ho, ho! I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later.
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
And now, a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
And today's forecast, expect a steady breeze with a 100% chance of twisting down those country back roads gleefully on your motorcycle. Some will want you, others will want to be you, and animals everywhere will yearn for opposable thumbs just to work that throttle like you do. Oh, nature's cruel design. That's your forecast. Back to you.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with 24/7 roadside assistance from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance subject to policy terms and limits and may require comprehensive coverage.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and it's pre-bowl season, but that doesn't mean we're not going to make a ton of money this week. Go to FatJackSports.com. It's the calm before the bowl storm $99 weekend special. Everything through Monday, only $99, including a huge weekend Sunday card going in the NFL. Get signed up at FatJackSports.com. Add some consistency to your gambling and start making money for only $99 through Monday, or everything through the end of the NCAA championship season for as little as $4.99. FatJackSports.com to win.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
On high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
The conversation in the YouTube chat continues about the most protein-packed candy bars. If you want to get in on the next Digi-only discussion, that is coming up in the next over-the-air commercial break. So be prepared to head on over to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, where you can subscribe like I did. So, Tausch, I don't agree with a lot of things the old quarterback says. And I know we're not talking about the old quarterback on here because then people like De Facto Daryl want to turn off the radio. And I don't want that to happen. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I do think, as I said yesterday, he made a valid point on Tuesday about crowning guys or vilifying and crucifying guys at the quarterback position prematurely. You know, his point was, can't we just let him play? Because the crown is heavy too, right? If we crown him, that's heavy on the guy.
So if someone was asking Aaron Rodgers a question after that, because it's all cute, and I said this yesterday, that's great, but Aaron Charles Rodgers, at the exact same point in his career as Jordan Love, was crowned.
He was paid.
That's crowning. Daniel Jones got crowned by the New York Giants. Now, do they want to crown him? No. It was a reluctant throning. Sometimes there's coronations.
Throning. Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes there's monster coronations. And then there's other times where it's like, son of a gun. We love this cat. He died. Now we got to give it to his idiot kid. There's different coronations that happen. Crowning is crowning.
Put that in the pantheon of great Tausch analogies right there. We love the king. He's dead. Now the idiot kid is the new king. It's really good. So where would you put, because he's not the idiot kid that you're reluctantly crowning.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct.
He is also not the, at this point, in my opinion, despite 3 fantastic games in a row, I am not ready to say he is, I don't know enough about the monarchy, and you hate the monarchy. Who's the greatest king? Who's the GOAT of kings?
I don't know. I think all kings have their issues, and queens for that matter. But whoever puts again, what I'm interested in is is he closer to let's throw us a monster coronation?
Yes.
Or
yes,
that's the idiot. Okay, yes. So that makes me feel okay. Do we want more data? We do. If the Green Bay Packers, let's just say didn't wisely sign him for a 2-year deal before this, and we're in the same spot
This is exactly
as the
where I
New
was
York
going.
Giants were with Daniel Jones, they would pay more than what Daniel Jones has. They have more belief in him than what the Giants ever had in Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has never looked as good as Jordan Love has this. He just hasn't. He has not.
I agree with everything you said. But I've got the Packer ranter, who we love, tweeting me, or whatever X is called, posting to me. What's it going to take to get you on the Love train? I'm on the Love train.
You're hanging, though.
No. I
got
would
like
say
an arm out the window.
Right now, it's me and Craig Counsell. We're going Milwaukee on the Hiawatha to Chicago. I am not taking the Love train cross country from New York to L.A.
Are you sitting on it, or you got a
I'm
step
sitting on it.
with an arm?
I'm sitting on it. I'm not.
Okay,
I don't
so
have a
you're on
private
the Love
car.
train. So you're on the Love train.
Yes, but I'm not sure if I'm taking it farther than the Hiawatha will take Craig Counsell and I when Craig is in full
You're buying
Cubs
a one-way
uniform.
ticket. You're only buying a one-way ticket.
I'm not taking it all the way to Seattle, right? Which is the long-term, 10 years, he's going to be great. I'm not. Bill Huber, as I mentioned yesterday, who I love, good friend of mine, in Sports Illustrated, said the Packers are winning a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. Now, if he was on our Bold-a-thon, we would accuse, whatever.
Bill. Yeah.
But I bet that story got a hell of a lot of clicks. But a lot of people read it.
I don't know.
The bottom line is his trend line is great. I'm totally in favor of it. I know I am either the guy who's trying to buck people up when they're disappointed in him, or now I'm trying to tamp down their enthusiasm just
Johnny
a little
Tamper, yeah.
I'm Debbie
Jason
Downer.
Tempura Shrimp Wilde. Yeah, so here's kind of the deal. You temper the expectations.
Tempura shrimp. I
don't know how often
I don't want to be called a
this
shrimp, for one.
So here's how you're looking at it. You can go coronation.
Tell
or you
me
can
more
say,
about how I'm looking at it.
All right. So you could either walk with Jordan from Green Bay to Seattle. You could train. You could fly commercial, or you could fly
take the
private.
Concorde.
That is in essence of what you're looking to do. And it sounds like you reluctantly will go halfway to Chicago with one arm hanging off the rail and a foot up on the step.
No, I'll go all the way
That's
to
kind of where you're
Chicago
at.
in my seat.
I am willing to go commercial airline, and I want to sit Comfort Plus and or first class. I don't want to have to go private jet and pay all that, but I'm more than happy right now. Delta, let's get a flight. I'm gonna get myself up in first class, and we're gonna go out there.
So
That's
you're
how
not going
confident
in the
I
middle
am
seats.
in where Jordan is.
Wasn't this a
No,
train
if Jesse's sitting
analogy?
next to me,
It was. It's not anymore.
well, because Jason is half tailing.
Delta doing
I'm
trains
not
now?
half tailing.
No, don't do that. I'm on.
Well, that's what you did.
It's not.
I'll go to Chicago, but I'm not going any further.
I'm not going to
said.
Seattle yet. And you sound like
that's
if
literally
you
what I
hadn't
just
messed
said.
up if you hadn't ruined the analogy with your adding
Delta
private
first class
jets and stuff.
Yeah.
Wheels up for Tausch. I would just say that I'm willing to go the distance that takes me from the downtown Milwaukee station, where David Gruber's smiling face is looking at me from the wall on a big billboard, on the Hiawatha down to Chicago, like I did with Eric Name and Sid, to go to the Chicago Sky New York Liberty game. I am not willing to take it all the way out to Seattle to go see the Seattle Storm or Rain or whatever they are.
Well, you don't think he's the guy, and that's
I'm
consistent
not
with
ready
what you're
yet.
saying.
I think
know.
that's a reasonable thing to be on the train,
Fine.
but
Yeah.
not willing to go
Not gonna twist your
intercontinental.
arm. Not twisting
Well,
your
no,
arm.
you're
You don't have
telling
to.
me that I'm hanging off of it and only going. I'm going to
Yeah, you're
Glen
half
Burnie.
blanking it. You're half blanking it. Yeah, that's what you are doing.
Okay.
What's
I'm
the
not going to
truth?
convince.
What do you want me to say?
You're doing the thing where you're telling me we were finishing each other's sentences. We're making each other laugh. Things were so.
I
going
can't
so
wait
well.
for Jesse's sentence finishing that we're.
And now you're telling
maybe
me what
tomorrow,
I think.
Jesse.
All right. We'll move on from this. We'll get to Whoa Nelly, and more importantly, we will get to the digital-only conversation on YouTube. So get back to the YouTube channel if you've been listening through other means.
Gotta have a Snickers in there. Gotta.
So now you're shifting the question about the vending machine is what is missing from those?
Stashing in E1,
That vending machine has more questions than it has answers. That I know.
Well, you'll get all the answers you need if you make the switch to Associated Bank, and that answer will be, how do I get great customer service? Associated Bank. How do I get a new bank that takes great care of me and my money? Associated Bank. How do I get Packers checking, and how do I get a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop? Associated Bank. Check out AssociatedBank.com/Packers to find out more about Packers checking. They've been the bank of the Packers since the Packers began, 1919. What a great partnership, and we appreciate their partnership with us as well. AssociatedBank.com/Packers for more. Whoa, Nelly, and a digital-only discussion on the YouTube channel, on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel, starts now. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
The Yankees get Juan Soto and Trent Grisham in a 7-player deal from the San Diego Padres.
This is last gasp for Brian Cashman. That's what this move is about. This move is about trying to change the way they do business. Brian Cashman has essentially had this organization in limbo for the last 14 years. We're talking about the longest span between World Series appearances that the Yankees have seen since the 80s. And that's when they were wearing paper bags to the old Yankee Stadium. So this is a time right now where the organization is at a crossroads. And if this move and the subsequent moves that Brian Cashman is going to make during Hot Stove this winter don't pan out, then the person deciding on whether or not Juan Soto gets a contract, an extension or a long-term contract with the Yankees is not going to be him.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. And medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text ADULT to 200-300 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word ADULT to 200-300 to get started today. That's ADULT to 200-300.
On the actual day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Lakefront, 11 Jims of Beaming, 10 Royals Crowning, 9 Johnny's Walking, 8 Wines of Sparkling, 7 Miller's Lighting, 6 Geese of Graying, 5 Chardonnays, 4 Spotted Cows, 3 Cabernets, 2 gift cards from just one trip to Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, it's Gary Olson here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? No matter the season, rain, snow, or shine, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is open for you. A top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. Just $35 an hour gets you a round and puts that summer feel back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The snow on the ground, love in the air, sleigh bells are ringing. This is what it's all about. The fire is warm, the angels are singing.
People just love this. Michael Klink, laces for skates.
Good idea.
It's a really good idea.
Though, so they're not going to do that. Yeah, that's actually. And
I bet the pro shop's not open 24/7 though.
Pistachio.
You guys, Klinkster brings up a good idea. Yeah, pistachios would be good. Yeah.
Adam, Wilde circus peanuts and E2. No thanks. We're passing circus.
Are you saying the concept of a vending machine pro shop for like supplies? Like the bowling alley doesn't need to have the pro shop staffed. You can just have some finger tape and.
Well, some of the smaller items you could, sure.
I think beef jerky actually is a really smart idea too. Somebody mentioned that on the chat line. Beef jerky.
Are you sure that wasn't a private text to you?
The chat line.
No, I think like a beef jerky would have been a good mix there. Yep.
100 grand Milky Way quick trip chicken wings. I don't know how those will keep.
Glazers, yeah.
All right, time now for Whoa Nelly.
Oh, I am not ready for Whoa Nelly at all. Digi got me again. Gosh darn it.
The topic is good. The guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
It's a learning process here. Wisconsin women's volleyball action tonight, fellas. Nobody covers the Lady Badgers volleyball team like
they're not
Wilde
called the
and
Lady
Tausch.
Badgers, so please don't call them that. It makes us look like we don't know what we're doing.
Okay, nobody covers the Badgers volleyball team like Wilde and Tausch. Sweet 16, Penn State.
Is there a men's volleyball team?
No, there's not.
No, we don't call them the women's volleyball team. We just call them the volleyball team.
But we do call the hockey teams men's and women's. Just
because there's two of them.
If there is men's and that was a slip of the tongue. That's my mistake. I'll take it.
Well, you said you weren't ready for Whoa Nelly.
I'm rattled.
In fairness to you, did she?
Whoa, Nelly! Hey, is anyone else nervous about this matchup? Because Penn State beat us.
Yeah, I'm nervous. And
Great
matchup. Penn State took Wisconsin to 5 sets in the Sweet 16 last year.
Yeah, Penn State. I think it's I don't
bad
like
draw
how
for
we
Badgers.
got. We got Florida Stated a little bit with that.
We've
been the best. We should be the 2 seed, not the 3.
Sounds Tausch.
Nebraska earned the 1.
This doesn't.
I don't know anything about any. Hold up. I don't know anything about anybody else, but I know volleyball, and I know how great Wisconsin has been. And now that we're not really looking at on the floor activity, like FSU didn't get in, the numbers dictate. And the program history, we are a great volleyball school. We deserve the benefit of the doubt, just like Alabama did.
You're being
That's
a
all I'm
homer.
saying.
You're being you told Jesse to stop talking, so you could say, "I know volleyball, but I don't know anything about any of the other teams."
Nebraska and Wisconsin, and I know Penn State's a viable threat, very viable.
I agree.
This does not sound very nuthawack of you. On the day of the Sweet 16 where you're hosting the match, you're complaining about a bad draw in the bracket.
Good
Doesn't
point, Jesse.
sound very nuthawack, Tausch.
Well, what I hope I don't have to do tomorrow.
Oh no!
is have
Don't
the
even
conversation.
don't stop.
I'm not going to put it out there.
Don't.
All right, I won't.
Put it out. Don't
I
put
just
it in the
pulled
universe.
back.
You are why are you being so negative about this?
That's a great
We're
question.
hosting a Sweet 16.
I'm nervous.
ESPN2.
Because I said I'm nervous.
He's lowered his
I said I'm
expectations.
nervous.
so if they lose, he won't be devastated.
Number 1 seed. We got home.
All right.
All I know is
I expect us to win, but I think it's an unfair draw. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's a fair way to describe it.
Penn State is, first off, Penn State, I don't know how many losses they have. Do they have a bunch of losses?
I thought you know volleyball.
No, I told you I know nothing about volleyball outside of Wisconsin. All right. Let's just go knock off the Nittany Lions. I'm fine. You know what, Jesse, you're right.
There it is.
Nut whack it up. Beat their tails.
I want Wisconsin, Oregon on Saturday.
Would you go?
Yeah, we're in negotiations right now.
Would you pay for a ticket?
I would if they were available. Can I pay face value? Do I? Because I don't want to pay through the nose on the secondary market. If I can pay face value, and Sydney and I can go, so Sydney does not have to sit through 2 renditions of the Nutcracker on Saturday, we're gonna go. That's the plan. That's
so
what
you're
we're
going to
working.
skip one of the Nutcrackers to go watch volleyball?
Because Sydney wants to go. So now
you
these
just
are
said
this
but
is
you don't miss any of this.
Skip to do your job.
This is
Oh
the
my
complicated.
God!
This is the complicated,
it is complicated
dance we're doing.
Wow! I just saw everybody. I'm with Jason. I never miss any of my kids' sporting events unless there's a volleyball game that I'm interested in.
But again, I am not a fan of going. This is something Sydney has asked to do. I would rather go to the Nutcracker than see people that aren't related to me compete.
For the 8th time.
Am I still on the video stream?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what just happened right there. That was weird.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly! And we're out of time for Whoa, Nelly today. That was productive. Go Badgers.
Thank God, that was brutal.
6 o'clock,
That was as bad as your
ESPN2 at the
trivia.
Fieldhouse. Let's go.
God, what a night. In-season basketball championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. We got the big battle versus
What are you going to watch?
unranked.
We'll answer that question next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Untethered, unfiltered, and unbothered.
I walk out this cold water into this cold snow that also has this cold air. All right, my dang pee-pee may turn to a popsicle.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL.
I want to stop. They're listening upstairs.
Weekdays from 2 to 5, right here on 94.5 ESPN, and subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts.
Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dallas Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. Prize Picks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
Beyond where you play, there's a pickleball kingdom where you can take lessons, grab a bite to eat, shop the pro shop, or join a league. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield is the newest professional indoor facility in the Milwaukee area with unlimited access to court time. They're offering over $100 off a 3-month membership gift certificate. Don't forget this perfect holiday gift in anticipation of Pickleball Kingdom's grand opening. Pickleball Kingdom Brookfield, opening spring 2024 at the Ruby Isle Shopping Center. Pickleballkingdom.com/Brookfield.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. Or you could also try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. It's stick size and a great way to try all the favorite flavors of the season. So go to Kringle.com to order or call them at 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You know, I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and you gotta love finding change in the junk drawer, or even better, a 20 in your laundry or pants pocket, right? But the best source of extra cash may be in the walls of your home. All right, wait. Now, put down the sledgehammer and tap into the value of your house by setting up a home equity line of credit and experience a state of tranquility knowing funds are there when you need them. Get started at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tausch, do you eat from that vending machine a lot, and is that why you're Fortria eligible?
Well, I am definitely Fortria eligible, and if you're looking for a little extra spending cash, Fortria has studies for you to pick up a little extra cash. Healthy adults ages 18 to 60, the body mass index of 18 to 32. One study involves 2 stays of 15 nights, and you can grab yourself almost $14,000 for your time and participation. Visit FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
And I'm also curious, do the folks at Kohler Services fix vending machines, or do they only fix your bathroom?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're thinking about updating your bath or shower, you're going to be watching some tough games tonight. Oh, boy, it's going to be a battle. You're going to need that new shower. Turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower design remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com. Request your free quote. Tell them Old T sent you. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
So the Badgers take on the 23-8 Penn State Nittany Lions at 6. The Bucks are at 4. So the Badgers will be starting as that all-important tournament game is in the final clutch moments.
Bucks will have it wrapped up by then. Yeah. Put the
Bucks
put the backups
win big
in.
Okay. All right. Well, then that'll solve all your
Tournament
problems.
time. 5-setter at the Fieldhouse. 5-setter tonight.
And the Badgers win. That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.
With your Saganac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. Number 8 Marquette improved to 7-2 on the year following an 86-65 rout of number 12 Texas at Fiserv Forum. Junior guard Cam Jones had 5 of MU's season-high 14 threes in the win. Finished with 17 points, one of 3 Golden Eagles to hit double figures on the night.
Marquette up 16. Cam Jones, he's open, top of the circle, good! How did the screen left him wide open again?
Marquette returns to action Saturday night when they host Notre Dame at Fiserv Forum.
Who makes dental and vision insurance simple? That's easy. Delta Dental of Wisconsin.
If you ask yourself who encourages you to use your dental and vision benefits for preventative care, provides quick service, offers access to the largest provider networks, and helps you save money when you need more than a checkup, there's only one answer. Definitely Delta Dental. For more information, call Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, named synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Christmas arrived a little early for the Yankees. In a blockbuster trade, acquired Juan Soto from the Padres for a package that includes a trio of right-handers. New York had been seeking 2 everyday left-handed hitting outfielders and got both this week, Soto and Alex Verdugo. Soto has 1 year left on his deal. Yankees certainly would love to keep the 25-year-old long-term. San Diego in need of pitching, gets some young arms who will be with the franchise for several years. From ESPN's Jeff Passan, Diamondbacks reached a 4-year deal with lefty Eduardo Rodriguez for around $20 million a year. Semifinals of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament tip off with the Bucks and Pacers in the East, 4:30 Eastern ESPN Radio, followed by the Lakers and Pelicans. You can also catch Milwaukee and Indiana on ESPN. Bulls guard Zach LaVine will miss an additional 3 to 4 weeks with right foot inflammation.
From the ESPN studios at Pier 17 in the Seaport District of New York City, this is Greeny with Mike Greenberg on ESPN Radio. You can also listen and watch the show on the ESPN app.
Back and better than ever, Greeny presented by Progressive Insurance on this fascinating Thursday. There's a lot going on. Major baseball moves yesterday. Basketball's in-season tournament. Best NFL weekend of the year. We've got it covered from every direction. Let's go.
Here we go! Only one place to start.
We actually could have had 3 places to start today, but I've chosen 2 to begin, and then we'll get Hembo in here, and we'll do baseball and the Juan Soto trade coming up in a few minutes. But we can talk basketball and football and just life in general with 2 of my all-time favorites, our buddies Harry Douglas and Jay Williams, good enough to stick around after we wrap up Get Up today. Harry, another spirited edition of That Boy Bad, which I thought, which has taken the country by storm.
And I'm just appreciative of all the people that have gotten on board that shows That Boy Bad some love. It's crazy, Greeny. I'm at the SEC championship game, and I'm in the press box, and the first thing people want to talk to me about is That Boy Bad. I'm walking around the stadium in the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, and that's what people are yelling to me. So it's been a privilege to be able to ride this roller coaster that we've been on, a good roller coaster that we actually want to ride.
It's a roller coaster that only goes up.
That's
in this
right.
case so far. It continues going up. What do you think, Jay?
Can I take it to another level? I mean,
Please.
it's also awkward when people stop me in the airport and they're just randomly pelvic thrusting me. So, just on another note, it's a little bit challenging, but cheers to you, brother, for creating a movement. I see
Appreciate
you.
it, man.
I see you.
It's an experience that I've never had. Let's dive into all this. We can, and for those who don't know, I mean, Harry's brother played in the NBA for a really long time and still plays overseas. So Harry knows as much about basketball as just about anybody you know. This in-season tournament, Jay, it's fascinating. It's something that Adam Silver has been talking about for years. And of course, I was connected with the NBA on the shows for a couple of years, as were you. And I never really fully understood what it was. I never grasped the vision of it. Now that we've seen it, we've all seen what it looked like, we've all seen what it felt like, and now the culmination of it, which I think it's all been building to. We have the 2 semifinal games tonight, and then the championship game on Saturday night on ABC, which could wind up being the Lakers and the Bucks. Which could easily be a preview of the NBA Finals. How would you assess what this NBA in-season tournament has been?
Oh, it's been an incredible success. I remember 4 years ago, Greeny, I was talking to a couple of vets in the league, and we were talking about the decision around the in-season tournament, IST. And all of us kind of agreed with media rights deals that were coming up that the thought of creating more inventory, right, around the NBA season, considering how they were going to position, the end of season tournament, the play-in tournament, were just things to sell advertising against, but also, Greeny, like these storylines. We have some of the best storylines in all of sports. Like basketball storylines carried throughout the offseason, the summertime. I mean, Greeny, think about when we launched Get Up. Yeah. How busy were we that summer with Kawhi Leonard? I mean, we literally had a camera on him flying into Toronto, into different places, talking about all of his offseason moves. I mean, so this just gives us more storylines to lean into. And if we get LeBron James versus Giannis in the in-season cup tournament where guys have something to play for, think about how that carries a through thread throughout the rest of the regular season.
Well, that's why I want to keep it, though, because you look at the megastars in the NBA and how those guys have got drawn towards the in-season tournament and how they view it, right? It's not, oh, man, we got to play an in-season tournament. I'm not going to go. I'm going to go half-ass. No, they're full throttle. And for the Final Four teams to be the Milwaukee Bucks, right? And then you look at the Indiana Pacers, which is a solid story with Tyrese Halliburton and the way he's playing this year. But then you look at Zion and company and the New Orleans Pelicans and then LeBron. No one is bigger than LeBron James. I think it's been a phenomenal piece. And I'm with you, Greeny. I didn't understand it at first, but now we see the success of it, and I think it can be even better in years moving forward.
Yeah, look, I mean, everything they've done with this can be adjusted. I mean, there are no hard, fast rules, but I think so far it's been good. If you have found the games more compelling than others, great. If you haven't, they would have been played anyway. So I think this was something that had no downside now that I fully understand what it looks like, and we'll see. Zion Williamson's an interesting piece of this to me too, Jay, because like Zion came in with practically unprecedented hype. Before we made everything in the world about Victor Wembanyama, it had been about Zion.
Remember Shoegate? Remember when he busted out of his shoe
in that game? And look, he got more attention. That team with him and RJ and those guys got more attention. You were here doing it every single day with us. Got more attention than any college basketball team, maybe since the Fab Five. And then Zion, because he just has not played that much, has been largely overlooked. But what gets missed in that is that when he plays, he's unbelievable, and they almost always win.
He is a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
And when he's available, it's a different style of play. So I will say this, as much as, people can look forward to the cup final, that is LeBron James versus Giannis, the best matchup, and I'm talking about matchup, because LeBron would try to guard Giannis, but their skill sets are so different, right? Keeping Giannis out of the paint. But the skill sets that are the most similar, LeBron and Zion Williamson. I mean, Zion Williamson is an alternative version of LeBron James. Think about how he bullies his way to the bucket. Think about how they're utilizing him as a point forward, his passing ability. Think about the athleticism and how they're comparable to where LeBron James was when he first came into the league compared to where Zion was. Obviously, there's an injury history, but the way they play with him, and also think about the storyline of Brandon Ingram used to play with the Lakers. Yeah. The Lakers let go of Brandon Ingram.